On Sunday afternoon, the Devils opened up their four-game homestand with a victory against the St. Louis Blues. Tonight, they take on the team with the best record in the National Hockey League as they skate against the Colorado Avalanche. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Laughlin. Welcome to the Play Up pregame show, and we say hello to all those listening all along the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Normally at this time, it's my pleasure to welcome my broadcast partner, Chico Resch, to the pregame show as we begin our coverage of the game. But tonight, history in the making. It's International Women's Day. March is Gender Equality Month, and it is my pleasure to turn this broadcast over throughout the night to two true pros. Kelly Schultz will be doing the play-by-play, 15 years as the play-by-play announcer for the Bemidji State Beavers, a Division I hockey team out in the great state of Minnesota. Erica Ayala, well, if you've been following sports, you've heard her name, but particularly women's hockey. She and Kelly have worked together in the past, and they're working tonight on the first ever all-female digital broadcast. So, Kelly and Erica, welcome to Devils Hockey. Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Matt. Thanks to you and Chico for having us take your place here tonight on this wonderful evening in New Jersey. And I've been a lifelong dream of mine to do play-by-play in the NHL. I grew up a Minnesota North Stars fan, and as a child when the North Stars left, I cried my eyes out. But I listened on the radio all the time to Al Shaver, and, of course, I'm finally making my dream come true. I know everybody back in Beaver Nation have been sending me texts and messages. It's awesome to be here, and I'm excited to bring what I've been doing for the last 15 years, both in the women's college hockey ranks. I've done some men's college hockey now, and of course the Premier Hockey Federation, which the New Jersey Devils are familiar with the Riveters being their next door neighbors. This is just a fantastic opportunity.
Well, the Devils pride themselves, HBSE prides itself on being an inclusive organization, an inclusive team, and tonight our arms are wide open. Erica, describe a little bit about what you bring to the broadcast and what you're all about.
Well, first of all, I have to echo what Kelly said. Thank you so much, Matt. We are excited to be here, and I know you're used to Matt and Chico, but today you have Kelly and Erica, a.k.a. Chica, so let's go. I'm so excited to be here. Like Kelly, I've called women's professional hockey, especially with the Riveters when they moved here to New Jersey, was able to be on that championship call as they won the Isabel Cup right next door at Barnabas Health Hockey House. I've been calling games for that league for 6 seasons, and now I'm glad to be here alongside Kelly Schultz to call an NHL game.
Well, welcome again to Devils Hockey to both of you. The night is yours. I hand over the microphone to you, Kelly, and to you, Erica. Have a wonderful broadcast.
Thank you, Matt. I know we are excited here tonight, and of course the New Jersey Devils coming off of a big win against the St. Louis Blues. They needed that win, and especially going into this one, need that win to bring in some momentum.
Absolutely. An overtime winner by Dougie Hamilton making his way back. Of course, we'll see him with the bubble, but I think it was a great win. We know that this New Jersey Devils team is young, the youngest in the National Hockey League. They've got a lot to prove, and they're going to go up against a big offensive team in the Colorado Avalanche.
Well, and I think this far into the season, you heard Coach Lindy Ruff say that doesn't matter if they're young or not. These guys have been playing together all season. They're not young anymore. Forget that. They're going up against the best in the NHL tonight, like Matt said, and it's going to be a challenge. And, of course, what the Devils need to do here tonight is not make any mistakes.
And that's hard to do, right? But it's all about playing your game, playing a complete game, and we know that the Devils can do that. So now it's a matter of really doing that defensively in particular. I think we also, Kelly, want to keep an eye on special teams. We know that in particular the Avalanche, not great on the penalty kill. That's an opportunity for the Devils to really show what they can do on the power play, and I think if they can be successful in getting the Colorado Avalanche a little agitated throughout the game, that might work in their favor.
Well, I've been really impressed by the goaltending here for the New Jersey Devils. Nico Dawes looked stellar this last outing. He's going to have to come up with some really big saves because this offense for the Avalanche have the best. They've got the trio in the league that have the most points scoring right now, and they're going to be tough to stop.
the Avalanche have 5 players in the top 30 scoring overall and the top scoring defenseman in the league. So yes, you're absolutely right, Kelly. There's going to be a lot of work that Dawes is going to have to do, and I think really also that means that the Devils are going to have a really complete team defense and really focus on that in this game.
Well, we saw that defense against the St. Louis Blues. They held them to 1 shot on net there in the second of that St. Louis Blues game, and that was such a key moment for those defensemen to be able to play against a team like St. Louis. They're going to need to bring that again here tonight.
And then on the other side of that, we know that the Colorado Avalanche, they're on a back-to-back, played the Islanders, and we saw that in that third period, that game came down to the wire, and that was because the Islanders were able to get up shots in that third period against the Colorado Avalanche, and so we'll see what the Devils can do and spread that out throughout the game.
Well, I know the Avs and the fans that have watched that Islanders game saw those 4 goals that they scored quickly there in that third period. It was an even game going into that third, and the New Jersey Devils are going to have to come out here and, despite if it's tied or not, continue to play that complete game.
And who knows that better than Ryan Graves? Spoke to him after morning skate, obviously was with the Colorado Avalanche, talked a lot about just being able to agitate the Colorado Avalanche, being able to know where those top scorers are on the ice. That's critically important, Kelly. I know you've called games with me before. I'll be looking to see who's covering that far post. That is a pet peeve of mine, folks. So we'll see how they do, making sure they are protecting Dawes and keeping, again, that team defense at the top.
Well, before we get to all the other parts of this game, those warm-up jerseys were spectacular, weren't they?
Chef's kiss. You know we love it. Obviously, we are celebrating Women's History Month, gender equality, International Women's Day, and of course we mentioned that we come from the women's hockey space. We've also been able to work with the amazing Sherry Ross, and we would be remiss not to mention her name while we are here on the radio waves for the New Jersey Devils.
Absolutely. I know she still has a lot of fans out there, and you and I had a chance to work with her for the NWHL All-Star Game in Nashville. It was incredible to be alongside her. She is a pioneer in this industry and, of course, a person I've always looked up to. So without her, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here.
Absolutely. It's just so wild to be able to have that another connection to Sherry Ross right here in Prudential Center. We also know that Megan Duggan, someone that we've covered in women's hockey, is now with the New Jersey Devils organization. So many people that, of course, we have Amanda Stein here, we have Catherine Bogart here, and it's just going to be amazing. One, to see already how they've all embraced us, but now to see who are the next people coming, right, Kelly? Because that's what it's all about.
That is exactly what it's all about, is paying that forward, setting the example for the young girls, women coming up in whether they're dreaming of playing hockey or if they're dreaming of being a broadcaster and being part of the sports industry in general. It's amazing to see the New Jersey Devils and other teams opening their arms to women like us, to give us opportunities like this, to give opportunities like that to Megan Duggan, to Catherine Bogart. We mentioned Amanda Stein, and every woman that's involved in pro sports or college sports or any level of athletics. It's just amazing to set that example and give people something to look forward to.
Indeed, and I know everyone listening is excited and looking forward to this game, Kelly. I can't believe that we are here. We are center ice, getting ready for the puck drop as, again, the Colorado Avalanche roll in, and the New Jersey Devils hope to take care of business.
Well, we are coming to you live from Prudential Center for tonight's matchup between the Colorado Avalanche and the New Jersey Devils right here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. And, of course, one thing to note, St. Patrick's Day presented by Unibet. On Saturday, March 12th, the Rock will turn green, my favorite color, to celebrate St. Patrick's Day presented by Unibet when the Devils take on the Ducks. The first 9,000 fans in attendance will receive a Mackenzie Blackwood bobblehead, courtesy of Investors Bank. You can secure your seats now at NewJerseyDevils.com/tickets. We'll take a break and come back.
This is Nico Hischier. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
The Devils pregame show is brought to you by Play Up, the official betting partner of the New Jersey Devils. You can download the app and see for yourself why Play Up is Ken Daneko's favorite sports book and your best bet. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala here, and our pregame coverage continues from our WJ Barnabas Health. And Erica, we get you the starting lineups here. Brought to you by our WJ Barnabas Health, New Jersey's largest academic healthcare system and official healthcare provider of the New Jersey Devils. Tonight's starting lineup is Nico Dawes between the pipes. Damon Severson, number 28, defenseman. Also number 71, defenseman Jonas Siegenthaler. At center ice, number 20, Michael McLeod. Right winger, number 14, Nathan Bastian. And on the left wing side, number 16, Jimmy Vesey. Those are the New Jersey Devils starters. We get you the Colorado Avalanche starters tonight. Between the pipes, Darcy Kemper. On D will be Devon Taves and Cale Makar. At center, Nathan McKinnon. At left wing, Andre Burakovsky. And on the right wing side, Mikko Rantanen. And there are your starting lineups. You've been listening to the Devils pregame show, brought to you by Play Up, the official betting partner of the New Jersey Devils. Download the app and see for yourself why Play Up is Ken Daneko's favorite sportsbook and your best bet. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. We take a break, come back with the national anthem. Beautiful rendition there of our national anthem as we celebrate Gender Equity Night here at The Rock, the Prudential Center. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala, and we are excited to be here first and foremost as these two teams get ready to battle it out. It is a David versus Goliath kind of situation here tonight. I know Erica and we talked about this earlier today. You hate to say that, but you look at on paper, the Avs should be like, this is going to be easy. But the New Jersey Devils have looked really good lately. They've had some close games. They've beaten teams, and they play up to those teams, like St. Louis.
Yes, and that's what we're looking for. It's a 41-11-5 record for the Colorado Avalanche coming into this contest, whereas the New Jersey Devils sit at 20-31-5, 45 points on the board.
And we are underway here as Nathan McKinnon had won that opening faceoff against Michael McLeod, and the Avs control the play. Up the ice, Taves will send it into the offensive zone off the stick. His teammate Rantanen back behind the net. The New Jersey Devils control. They will carry it out. Up the ice, here comes McLeod. A first-round draft pick. They'll play it to the back wall behind the net of Kemper. Into the far circle, and the Avs are able to clear it out to neutral ice. So a nice little rush there for the New Jersey Devils so far. Get things started. They'll try that again. Over on the far side, Dawson Mercer. He's been impressive this season with 33 points. That line's actually played very well with Hughes at the center of that line, and Hughes with 41 points leading this team. And the Avs control. Top of the blue line, that one fired high over the head of Nico Dawes. Over to the far point, driven to the back wall by the Avs. Jumps the stick of one of the Avs players there. That was Borowski. Back up the ice. Here comes, what a play.
That was Hughes just wide there, but a good opportunity there for the Devils early, who know that possession is part of the way that they want to play this game against the Avs.
PK plays it ahead. Devils again with a shot gloved and held onto there by the goaltender Darcy Kemper.
So again, wanting to take you back to morning skate, as it was head coach Lindy Ruff really knows that one of the ways to play a good, solid defense against a team like the Avalanche is to have a good, solid offensive effort. And, of course, that is all about possession.
It is, Erica. So you get an offensive faceoff here for the Devils. Are going to switch out Tatar. Takes the place of Pavel Zacha. Back to the blue line, kept in there by PK. Nice slap shot from Tomasz Tatar. But a big save again as Kemper comes up with that one. With 18:21 left here in this first period, shots on net 2-0 in favor of the Devils. They are looking good so far. Devils still control. Smith kept it in at the blue line. Slung around to the far wall. Kept in over there by Zacha. At the back, he'll flip that one over to the near wall. Finds at the blue line Smith. Shot is deflected high over to the far glass, and here come the Avs back up into the offensive zone. Smith will get to it first. He gets pinned up against the boards. Jost gets in on the action. That's flipped right back out to neutral ice there. Great play defensively by Smith. Smith scored the first goal against the St. Louis Blues the other night. It was his first game back in about 3 games. Hadn't been performing very well defensively. Coach had kept him out of the lineup. He had some time to think about it, and he's come back into the lineup. Looked pretty good on that last shift.
Yes, indeed, as we see that puck hit Hamilton's stick and goes out of play, so we're going to get a face-off here. But again, looking to see how the Devils play in the defensive zone, really going body to body, stick to stick.
They're going to need to against this Avalanche team. We've been talking about it, how they've got such a high-powered offense. You'll see Tyson Jost there taking the face-off against Michael McLeod. Little entanglement there. Kept in, though, at the blue line by Jack Johnson.
Ooh, entanglement.
I thought I threw in a new word there for you. And it'll be carried out. Here comes McLeod. Over to Boquist. Boquist looks for the shot. Oh, big rebound given up there. And that one just misses. Great opportunity for the Devils. Andreas Johnson.
Just couldn't quite get enough on that, Kelly, but a good look, getting up shots we definitely talked about in the pregame.
Well, you got to take advantage of those rebounds that come off of Kemper. But the Devils' offense looking pretty good here with 3 shots on net so far. Back behind the net of Dawes. Over to the far corner now. Poke check free. Centering pass broken up. Oh, and that one slung just a little bit too high there by Nathan McKinnon. And we'll get another offensive face-off here for the New Jersey Devils with 16:28 left in the first. Again, shots on net still 3-0 in favor of the Devils.
Boquist going high there, trying to get something going. And then that rebound comes out, but again, Johnson just not quite in the right position.
Nathan McKinnon to face off there. BC had won the draw. And the Devils will exit their zone. Back up the ice. On the right wing side. Carried in by Bastian. Shot fired there by Sharangovich. Oh, right out on top of the crease, and nothing gets past Darcy Kemper.
What a centering pass that was, though.
It was a great centering pass. Shot flung high there by Cale Makar. He's one to watch. We heard Ryan Graves this morning during pregame, during the presser, talking about Cale Makar and the respect he has for him as a player. He's got 63 points this season. It's pretty incredible.
Yep. Again, top defenseman in the league in points. Always love when a defender is scoring, Kelly.
I do too, actually.
It's exciting.
I do too.
As long as they're getting it done on the other end, too.
Yeah, they have to. Absolutely.
Two-way player, I think is what they call it.
Yes. And McLeod out there to take the face-off. Face-off won, though, by the Avs. Kadri. Back behind the net of Dawes. Devils will come up with it. They'll fling that out to neutral ice. Going out for a change. A little weird play there. A little lack of communication just outside the Devils' blue line. It seemed like they were trying to move the puck up the ice, and I didn't see who was coming off onto the bench, but it was Dawson Mercer. Had he stayed on the ice, they might have had a chance at getting that puck into the offensive zone.
And so those are just the little things, nothing to it right there, but that you want to make sure you clean up.
Up the ice, it'll be, they're going to wave off icing. Nice foot race there by Jesper Bratt.
Kemper had to cover up there in a hurry.
That was a quick, speedy race up the ice. Bratt trying to keep that from being iced. Again, no shots on net yet for the Avs. The high-powered offense we've been talking about. And the Devils know they have to get off to a quick start here.
And so far, so good. This is exactly where the Devils want to be, but now it's, again, keeping that going, certainly for the remainder of the first period and throughout the game.
Tatar with the face-off win there. Keeps the play inside the offensive zone. Back to the point. Oh, off the post. That one just close to going in. And the Avs will control and skate it back into their own zone. Jack Johnson with it. As the Avs are pinned into their own end, the Devils will go off for a change. Back up the ice. Sharangovich will try to get to it. PK will come up with it. Subban. And it's sent up the ice. Hughes will chase it. Back to Kemper, who has to stick it aside. That one's sent all the way up the ice, and it'll be icing as it went from one goalie to the other goalie. Not quite onto the stick of Dawes.
You see what the Devils are trying to do, though, Kelly. The movement up the ice, they're trying to really catch Colorado off guard in transition. That pass was a little bit far out of the reach of Jack Hughes, but again, the Devils are doing the right things so far, and then now it's a matter of pulling that out throughout the remainder of the game.
We'll see Yegor Sharangovich. I'll get that right. It's a tongue twister. Facing off in that left circle. And it actually was won there by the Avs, Samuel Girard, who sends it out and ahead. Up the ice, here come the Avs. The drop pass, that one chipped away. Nice big defensive play there for Ty Smith. And that's what Coach Lindy Ruff was looking for out of Smith, is to come up with those big plays defensively. He can score, and he has, but Coach wants to see some good, solid defensive work out of him.
And that was a great back check there, to your point, Kelly. That's the work that the Devils are doing early. Now we're just going to keep an eye on whether they can do it throughout the whole game. Consistency.
Mercer out there with Hughes and Sharangovich. And the Avs are able to clear it back the other way. Picked up now and carried up the ice. Siegenthaler sends it ahead. Onto the stick of Boquist. Wraps it around the boards. Over to Geertsen. Back over the other way on the left-hand side. Picked up again by the Devils, Boquist. And now the Avs will break it out of their zone. Up the ice, here comes Tyson Jost. Jost lost the puck. Nice play there by the defender, Siegenthaler. And Boquist in on the left wing side, fires that one high, going upper shelf. That came off the shoulder of Kemper. Back out to neutral ice again, as the Devils will take their time inside their own zone and try to set something up. Here comes Jimmy Vesey. Oh, just stopped there by Kemper. Great big play by the goaltender for the Avs, and we get a whistle. We will take a break. We will be back here from the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
The Devils are Jersey's team, and Plymouth Rock is Jersey's insurance. As a proud sponsor of the New Jersey Devils, Plymouth Rock now offers an exclusive auto insurance program with special perks for fans. Enroll and get access to complimentary Devils tickets, discount to select games, pre-sales to Prudential Center concerts, free skate days, locker room tours, and more. You could also save over $645 on auto insurance. This is for Devils fans. This is Jersey's team, and Plymouth Rock is Jersey's insurance. Visit PlymouthRock.com/Devils to learn more. Certain limitations apply, and savings may vary.
You know, whenever I drive in for a Devils game, I know exactly where I'm going to park because I reserve my spot ahead of time with Park Mobile. I don't have time to drive around looking for parking. I just use the Park Mobile app to easily reserve the spot I want. Then I drive right to that lot and there's a guaranteed spot waiting for me. It's easy. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or on the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, book your spot before you leave the house with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
So the dream was to build your very own law practice. Be your own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
This is Jack Hughes. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to the Devils Hockey on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala here. And no score with 12:51 left in the first period. Shots on net 7-1 in favor of the Devils.
Devils are where they want to be right now, Kelly.
They are. As the Avs try to send that one out of the zone, VC was there. And VC will carry it in. Slides it into the corner. Picked up now by the Avs. Rantanen tries to break it up in the back wall. And the Avs will break out of their zone. Up the ice, here comes Burakovsky. Dropped off. We've got a penalty coming up against the Devils. And we mentioned special teams earlier and how important this is going to be. The
New Jersey number 20, minor penalty for slashing.
Slashing call against Michael McLeod.
So we're going to see the New Jersey Devils penalty kill here. Power play for the Colorado Avalanche, 11th overall in the league, Kelly.
22.9%. That slash penalty called at the 7:48 mark will give a power play to the Avalanche here. The first penalty called here in our hockey game tonight. And the Devils able to send that one all the way up the ice. Sharon Govich chased it down. 12:03 to play, a minute 51 left on the penalty time to McLeod of the Devils. No score here. We'll get a face-off inside the offensive zone. So let's see if the Devils can do something shorthanded.
And they're on the kill here, 81.9%, 10th overall in the league. That's what some folks might call a power kill.
Definitely, Erica. Sharon Govich sends that one into the offensive zone again. Nice penalty kill here so far. The Avs haven't been able to get anything set up. And here comes Nathan McKinnon up the ice. McKinnon with some speed. Poke checked off of it into the corner. Back to the blue line. Now over to the near side. Onto the stick of Rantanen. Rantanen's pass misplayed there at the blue line, and Makar forced to regroup. Back into the offensive zone for the Avs, and nice play defensively there by Dawson Mercer, one of the penalty killers out on the ice here right now for the Devils. Another high-speeding McKinnon into the offensive zone, dropped the puck off, back to the blue line, into the right circle. That is Rantanen. Blue line, Makar. Rantanen again. Oh, short-angled shot right on the doorstep. That puck is going to just squirt right through the legs of Nico Dawes. And the Avs have struck 1-0 with 10:56 left. A power play goal here in the first period.
You saw that it was Landeskog really posting himself up there in front, gets that shot on net, rebound goes up high, whacked around a little bit, and then finally, none other than Kadri finding the back of the net.
and Kadri with his 73rd point this season. Just an incredible number of points here for that top player of the Avs.
And that goes back to what we were talking about, what we heard after morning skate. You've got to know where those top scorers for the Avs are. It was a great penalty kill up until that point, and then you just saw second, third opportunities for the Colorado Avalanche. That gets them on the board first.
So a power play goal here. Almost halfway through this first period. Devils still out shooting. They have 7-3. Again, it is a big night here at the Prudential Center with Gender Equity Night. And, of course, Erica Ayala alongside myself, Kelly Schultz, taking place for Matt Lachlan and Chico Resch tonight. It's been fun so far.
Indeed.
There's Hughes, his pass over to his line mate, Sharon Govich. Into the corner now. Battle for the puck there. Broken free. Hughes tries to get to it. Oh, that one just missing the stick of Sharon Govich. And back up the ice. Here come the Avs. Left wing side. That one's placed right out in front. Oh, just slid right through the goal crease. Past Nico Dawes. Into the corner. Hughes will come up with it. Oh, actually bounced right back to Dawes. Now back to the blue line. Shot fired there, deflected. And the Devils will break it out. Onto the stick of Dawson Mercer. He's going off for a change. He'll just flip that one in and let everybody chase it. Out there is the line of Tatar, Zaka, and Bratt for the Devils. 9:46 to go here in the first. 1-0 our score as the Avs have taken the lead. Despite a nice start for the New Jersey Devils here tonight. Here comes Tomasz Tatar. They'll slide that one onto the stick of Dougie Hamilton. Out in front. That one blocked by one of the Avs. Eric Johnson getting in front of that one.
Big timely block there for the Avs as you start to see, Kelly, that the Devils are getting back into wanting to win that possession in this game. They're starting to get the groove, the momentum, the big MO there, and then that big block.
Andreas Johnson with the puck out at center. He'll carry it in on the left wing side. Poke checked away. Big play there by Nishushkin of the Avs. At the back wall behind the net of Dawes. Now over to the near side. Makar gets the puck right back. Tries to send that one. We get the official scoring on that first Avalanche goal here. Talk about that in a second. Landeskog winds up and fires that one just wide of Dawes. Now carried in. Nice job there in the circle by Andreas Johnson. He'll fire the puck ahead. Onto the stick of Boquist. Boquist not able to keep it on his stick. Devil fans wanted a penalty there. Did not get it. Boquist got bumped off the plate into the back walls. Avs fired ahead. Nice stop there at the blue line by Ryan Graves. Picked up Nate Bastian. Into the left-hand corner. Carried out in front. Oh, turning and firing that one. Jimmy Vesey. Just missing again. That one came from the point. Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton. Now Bastian keeps it alive. Big play there at the blue line. Bastian was going off for a change. Devils will chase it right back into their own end. With 7:28 left here in the first. 1-0 Avalanche lead New Jersey Devils. Graves now trying to sneak away from one of the Avs. It'll be sent back in and out to neutral ice it goes. That one looked a little offside on that play, but they did not whistle it. Avs will be forced back into their own end. Headman pass there, broken up. And finally driven into the offensive zone by the Avs, played back behind the net by Dawes. Mercer sends it out to his line mate. Now up the ice, here comes Hughes. Hughes tries to toe drag. He had his stick lifted. Kemper will get a handle on that puck and just pass it away.
Another good defensive play there by Eric Johnson, number 6 for the Avs.
PK Subban sends that one ahead. Tatar to the back wall. The Avs will come out of their end with the puck. Kadri. Driven back behind the net of Dawes. Over to the left-hand corner. Flipped out to neutral ice onto the stick of Zaka. Now Tatar. Tatar winds up. That one's deflected high and out of play with 5:58 to go here in the first. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
I've got cancer, but I'm part of a clinical trial that could lead to new breakthroughs.
I've got cancer, but I've also got researchers working together to find a cure.
If you or a loved one has cancer, you need New Jersey's only comprehensive cancer center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
I've got cancer, but I've also got hope.
Learn more at rwjbh.org/beatcancer. RWJ Barnabas Health and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Are you ready to step up your sports betting game? Check out New Jersey's newest sports betting app and platform at playup.com and take advantage of a sports book designed by bettors for bettors. PlayUp offers transparent betting limits, guaranteed minimums, and no BS promos. PlayUp wants to grow with you, not against you. Visit today and see why PlayUp is your best bet. PlayUp.com is an official partner of the New Jersey Devils. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE.
Congrats on the new house, honey.
What's this? Carbon monoxide detectors?
Yeah, put one on every level.
Because you can't see or smell carbon monoxide.
And when fuel-burning appliances aren't working right, CO can build up and be deadly.
Guys, I'm on it.
We just want to know you're safe.
At PSE&G, we're committed to your family safety. Know how to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. If your CO detector goes off, leave immediately. Then call 911. Protect the ones you love. Learn more at pseg.com/gas safety.
Det här är Jesper Bratt. Du lyssnar på RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to the Devils Hockey Network right here from RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Network. I think I said that wrong, Eric. I got tongue-tied.
The hang of it.
Oh, boy. 1-0 our score here. Avs lead the New Jersey Devils. That goal came at 9:04. It was McKinnon, his 19th of the season. The assists to Landeskog and Rantanen. For Landeskog, 29 assists. Rantanen, 40 assists on the season. Just an incredible stat there.
Just offense all over the place.
Devils still outshooting the Avs 9-3 here. The Avs will collect the puck out at center, carried in. Shot fired just wide of the net there by McKinnon. And a penalty coming up as McKinnon got tripped just coming out from behind that goal line. And another power play opportunity coming here for the Avs.
We see McKinnon came in with speed.
New Jersey number 28,
the
minor
Devils
penalty for
also,
tripping.
though, gave him a lot of space there, which is something that we know they wanted to minimize coming into this game.
Well, Damon Severson goes to the penalty box. 5:40 left here in the first. The Avs have already scored one power play goal here tonight. Let's hope the Devils penalty kill, who were good in the first part of that last penalty kill, they can not do that. Unfortunately, that one will squeak by the near post past Dawes, and another power play goal for the Avs. 2-0 our score, just 6 seconds into that penalty kill.
We knew special teams were going to be important coming into this game. We were looking for the Devils to agitate the Avs, get them in the box, but so far it's just been the Avs moving the body, and the Devils getting caught. A trip here, which led to this power play goal, hits the post, bounces off Dawes, and crosses the line.
Tough break there for New Jersey. They got off to such a great start here. They were quick, they had more shots on net, and now they gave up 2 special team goals. We'll see what they need to do after this period just to get back into this hockey game. First things first, Devils need to get out of their zone. Sharangovich sends it ahead. Shot comes in. Oh, just kind of floated off of the stick of Mercer. He didn't get all of it. And the Avs will come up with the puck. They'll drive it ahead. Mikko Rantanen tries to tap that one in. It came off the stick of Davin Taves. Back to McKinnon. Over to the far wall. That one's drifted out to center. And Hughes not able to control. Back onto the stick of Eric Johnson. Into the offensive zone. Devils along the near boards. Little battle there for the puck with Tatar. He'll come racing out of the zone. Tatar sends a saucer pass, was looking for his line mate over there on the right-hand side. Pavel Zacha had it broken up. Back up the ice. This one will be sent right back behind the net of Dawes. He'll play it aside. Zacha again with the puck. Flipped into the offensive zone. Right-hand corner. Chasing it down was Andreas Johnson. 3:56 left here in the first. 2-0. Avalanche leading the home team. We get an icing call. That last goal, a power play goal scored at 14:27. It was Rantanen's 27th goal of the season. McKinnon with his 40th assist, and McCarr his 44th assist.
So that's already 2 points on the night for McKinnon.
He's dangerous.
Yes, and that's something that we knew was going to be a problem for the Devils again. We heard from Ryan Graves, former Avs defender. You got to know where those scoring players are, and it's unfortunately been on the power play where the Devils have kind of lost some of that.
Face off inside the offensive zone there for the Devils. They will keep it alive into the far corner. Johnson tries to keep it onto his stick. That one was broken up there by the Avs. They'll flip it high off the glass out to neutral ice. And back the other way, here comes Alex Newhook. Newhook tries to move in. Bottom of the right circle, that one was stopped. And the Avs are forced back into their own end. Carried back the other way, Darren Helm. Or Rantanen, excuse me. Over on the far side. Back behind the net of Dawes. It'll be picked up now by Nate Bastian. Taking his time over there is Jonas Siegenthaler. Out to center. Up the ice, McLeod. Finds Bastian. That lines look pretty good here, even though they're listed as a fourth line. Mason Geertsen, Michael McLeod, and Nate Bastian have had some good looks.
Bastian lost in the expansion draft to the Seattle Kraken, then makes his way back
to New Jersey.
Exactly. I was able to actually see one of his first games back here.
Nice effort there by Hughes. Oh, quick release there by Jimmy Vesey. We take another break here. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This hockey season, New Jersey Devils fans are back live and in big numbers to cheer on their team. But for those looking to show off that same team spirit outside the Rock, Investors Bank has the answer. The New Jersey Devils checking account. Get a Devils branded debit card you can add to your mobile wallet. Free ID theft and cell phone protection. Plus you can earn up to $250. To open an account today, go to investorsbank.com/devils. Investors Bank, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Member FDIC. Ladies and gentlemen, struggling with early signs of getting older, fine lines, forehead wrinkles, dark circles, and even under eye bags? Matt Laughlin here to tell you about the official skincare of the Devils, Genucel. Formulated by a pharmacist, Genucel uses one-of-a-kind base, antioxidants, and breakthrough science to target and treat the visible signs of getting older. I've seen how it works, and it's fantastic. Visit Genucel.com/devils right now and enter promo code GOAL at checkout for an instant 20% off the entire site. Free shipping on all orders. Genucel.com/devils. Genucel.com/devils. At Enterprise, we help connect Devils fans to the team they love. If your car's in the shop, Enterprise has the assist with a replacement vehicle. They rent trucks as tough as a shot-blocking defenseman.
You can buy from Enterprise's stacked lineup of 1 to 3-year-old quality used vehicles. And with an Enterprise Exotic, you can bring new meaning to the words power play. Enterprise, official partner of the New Jersey Devils.
This is Ty Smith. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala. 2-0 Avalanche lead with 2:29. Both of those goals power play goals for the Avs.
Right now, obviously, special teams are the difference in this game. Kelly, we knew that it would be. Now it's, let's see, I should say, if the Devils can find their way on the power play.
Well, they need to get on the scoreboard here. It'd be nice to go into the locker room in this first intermission down by a goal. Maybe not down by a goal. If they could tie it up here in the final moments of this first period.
But in order to get one, you got to, or in order to get two, you got to get one.
Absolutely. Back into New Jersey territory. It'll be kicked out there by the Devils. Now Hughes, nice pass onto the stick of Mercer. Mercer gets stopped there by Darcy Kemper. That hit a bunch of traffic out in front. That rebound, nobody able to pick it up. Devils take their time inside their own zone. Ryan Graves will send it ahead. Chasing it down is Mercer. He'll get to it at the back wall. It's picked up, though, by Jack Johnson of the Avs. Flipped high out to neutral ice. And the Avs get stopped there at the blue line. Big play at the blue line there by Dougie Hamilton. Into the offensive zone. Hamilton goes off for a change. Avs trying to take advantage of an odd man rush, which didn't do much. Tied up over on the near half wall. Zaka will chase it out to center. It's carried back in by the Avs. Hit the back of one of the Devils skaters. Now Bratt will come up with it. Here comes Jasper Bratt. Up the ice. His pass dropped off to Tatar. A shot taken and up into the glove of Kemper for the save. 1:06 left here in this first period. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala for Gender Equity Night, an annual event here at the Prudential Center for the New Jersey Devils. And I don't know about you, Erica, but I am feeding off of all the energy these fans have and just being in this kind of atmosphere.
Oh, yes. I know it's your first trip to New Jersey, but I am no stranger to the New Jersey Devils fans. Been here at the Rock a handful of times for games after Riveters practice or something of that nature. And so it's so amazing to be back here and be on the call with you, Kelly.
It is incredible to work alongside you as well, Erica. And, of course, we'll get a chance to do that again this weekend when we're both down working for the PHF, the Premier Hockey Federation. So can't wait for that. The Avs trying to cycle that one back over the top of the right circle. That shot taken by Ryan Murray. And a nice save for Dawes. Back to the blue line, kept in there by JT Comfer.
Recognize that last name.
Yeah, his sister just won a silver medal with the Team USA Olympics. Way to go, Jessie Comfer. Shout out for the women here tonight on International Women's Day. Absolutely. 8 seconds left and we get a whistle. And a glove save.
That USA team was looking to repeat gold, of course, that they won in 2018, along with Megan Duggan.
Yes.
Was on that team, has since retired, but is now with this Devils organization.
Player development. Unbelievable. Way to go, Megan Duggan. And I had a chance to watch her for 4 years while she was at the University of Wisconsin. Playing against my Bemidji State Beavers, of course. So a great athlete and a great ambassador for USA Hockey and, of course, for the Devils now.
Indeed, and of course we know that there are players here on the ice that have also competed in World Juniors. We saw that, unfortunately, had to shut down because of COVID, but IIHF, International Ice Hockey Federation, has announced that not just World Juniors, but also women's.
They're going to be back.
Indeed.
And back in the United States, too. Love that.
Absolutely.
Final face-off here, probably. With 8 seconds left. That one's going to float over to the far corner inside Devils territory. Oh, and that's going to do it for period number 1. 2-0 Avalanche versus the Devils here. Shots on net 14-8 in favor of the Devils. We will take a break. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Dougie Hamilton. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
And welcome into your Devils Intermission Report presented by Investors Bank, banking in your best interests. I am Sam Kassan. Not the way the Devils drew it up. They trail 2-0 to the Colorado Avalanche after 20 minutes of play. Colorado picking up 2 power play goals, one from Nathan McKinnon, the other from Rantanen. And the Devils' penalty kill had been very good, really, since January 1st. It's been one of the more dominant forces, a top 5 in the National Hockey League. But they gave up 3 against Chicago and 2 tonight, so starting to sputter a little bit. But they need to get things back in order if they want to come back here tonight. So we do have, obviously, the first time in franchise history an all-woman broadcast, and that is part of Devils Gender Equality Night. There's been many different activations, including a special warm-up jersey put together by local artist Amrisa Naranjan, and the jerseys feature a marble texture with a mixture of red, pink, purple, and white colors throughout the numbers, crest, and patches. They were pretty sick. The boys wore them in the warm-ups. The patches and crest have layers of rings with key dates from gender rights history. But don't let me explain it to you. Who better to give you the details than the artist herself? Naranjan joined our very own Catherine Bogart inside the Legacy Lounge presented by PlayUp for an in-depth explanation on her creative design and the detailed interpretation. And without further ado, let's have a listen from the artist and what brought about this special gender equality jersey.
Welcome into the Legacy Lounge here in the PlayUp Studios. I'm Catherine Bogart, joined by the gender equality warm-up jersey designer, Amrisa Naranjan. Amrisa, welcome into the studio, and thank you for spending some time with us to talk about this jersey design.
Thank you guys for having me.
What was the process like for you to work with a team working on a gender equality night warm-up jersey?
So the process was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed working with the designers and the team here. And they really gave me free rein to come up with what I wanted this to look like. So it was actually a lot of fun, and it was a really free process as far as creatively being able to design.
Marissa, you had very different parts of this jersey that are very significant, and I really want to dive into each section. So the first one, there's marbling throughout the jersey, and there's certain colors that are picked. What went into that part of the design?
So the marbling is actually the result of trying to create an image that represents fluidity. Right now, gender's like a pretty big conversation, right? And I think everyone at this point is moving in the direction of understanding that there are not just 2 symbols that represent, the gender spectrum. So the idea of the marbling came from creating different shapes and colors and then literally fusing them together to create what looks like a more fluid image. And that was meant to represent that in the conversation of gender equality, the spectrum and the definition of what gender means itself can be a fluid conversation, and you can't really categorize and pin it down. So the marbling is a result of trying to express that there is fluidity in the concept of what gender is, and that it's not just you're this and I'm that.
That's really important to distinguish, and it's nice to see that representation in such a visual way on this jersey. And another part that is also a part of this conversation is in the jersey crest. There's different circles and different levels of those circles. What was the significance of using that into the crest for the Devils?
So I created the different rings to sort of symbolize depth and history and also layering. And the reason why it's about depth, history, and layering is because gender equality and movements towards gender equality have taken time. So it's not as if I believe that even in one generation, in this generation, that we just pick one action and then it's done. So the rings are meant to represent basically the layers of progress that each of us and generations before us and after us will have to keep working on in order to achieve gender equality.
When you look not only at the circles and the rings and all the different parts of this, there's also some Roman numeral dates around it. What is the significance of using some dates specifically on this jersey?
So in this case, I started initially, I was thinking about a compass, about moving in the direction of gender equality. And then I ended up sort of looking through dates in the history. So what I did was I took the significant years when different select items happened in movements towards gender equality. And I turned them into Roman numerals and placed them around our crest in this case.
It's really incredible, all the detail and the thought and the significance that went into each part of this jersey, and it's really fun to break it down. So now when you look back at this whole experience and you're able to create this jersey, how did that really mimic the style of art that you like to create on your own outside of this jersey project?
So I tend to do a lot of portraiture, but I also tend to do a lot of moving colors. And it's hard to define what, my style is, but the overall goal is not really about the actual concepts in the art or the figures in the art that I create. It's really about the impact that it's going for. So I would say I base my art on the areas of contemporary experience, specifically in America, from different marginalized communities. And I try to create art that might have a positive impact in some way, shape, or form. So in this case, it's about creating something that might elicit the conversation of even how does that represent gender equality, right? It just looks like marbling. The impact was still the goal. So by putting those Roman numerals, what does that mean? By creating a marble effect and saying this represents, a conversation about gender equality, it's essentially about, being a catalyst for conversation around gender equality.
Marissa Naranjan, thank you so much for not only breaking down this jersey, but including a lot of different communities in your design this year for Gender Equality Night. There will be full details on our celebrations and another breakdown of this jersey on NewJerseyDevils.com.
That was Marissa Naranjan joining our own Catherine Bogart in the Legacy Lounge for that interview, giving all the details on the Devils' very own gender equality warm-up jersey. As mentioned, they will be auctioned off, autographed and auctioned off. Make sure you check out NewJerseyDevils.com for your chance to bid. Hey, Devils fans, need another reason to root for your team? Unibet Sportsbook is offering a $300 risk-free bet for brand new players after every Devils win. All the bets you need to get in are on the action. Whether you want to put some skin on the next Devils game or build your own kind of parlay, thousands of bets and endless promotions with Unibet. Sign up today and get $300 risk-free when you use the code WINS. That's capital WINS. Download the app or visit nj.unibet.com. Unibet is an official sportsbook partner of the New Jersey Devils. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Well, in this game, the Devils find themselves right now on the short end, 2-0, trailing the Colorado Avalanche after one period of play. When we come back, we'll look at some other scores from around the National Hockey League. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Okay, ladies, we all know one of the greatest feelings in the world when a friend says, "Girl, those pants look amazing on you." And I say, thanks. They're Skechers Go Walk Wear pants. And why do I always get compliments on these casual, athletic, stretchy pants? They're made with comfortable Go Flex fabric that has compression and hold. They have 4 pockets, plus they're machine washable and come in extended sizes. That's the Skechers Go Walk Wear line of pants. Find yours at Skechers.com, a Skechers store, and find retailers everywhere.
At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have a passion for heart health. With the largest adult and pediatric cardiac surgery programs in the state, a heart transplant program that's top 15 in the nation, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every one of our communities. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
Devils fans, come and check out the newest online sports betting site in New Jersey at PlayUp.com and take advantage of a sports book designed by bettors for bettors. PlayUp offers transparent betting limits, guaranteed minimums, and no BS promos. If you're a sharp and smart bettor, PlayUp is the place for you. Step up your betting game and sign up today and see why PlayUp is your best bet. PlayUp.com is an official partner of the New Jersey Devils. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Это Егор Шрангович. Вы слушаете to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
That was Yegor Sharangovich giving us a little taste of some Belarusian. And welcome back to your Devils Intermission Report presented by Investors Bank. Banking in your best interest. I am Sam Kassan. It is 2-0. The Colorado Avalanche with an advantage after one period of play over the New Jersey Devils. 2 power play goals for Colorado in that first period. One by Nathan McKinnon, his 19th of the year, and Mikko Rantanen getting his 27th of the year. Both, again, coming on the power play, even though New Jersey had a 14-8 edge on the shot clock. Well, it's 2-0 in this one. Let's take a look at some out-of-town scores presented by Premio Sausage. Real Italian sausage, real Italian taste, the way sausage should be made. The Philadelphia Flyers, a Metro Division rival, has a 2-0 lead after one period of play. Braun and Oscar Lindblom with the goals. They have an edge on the Vegas Golden Knights, who are visiting from the West Coast. The Pittsburgh Penguins, another Metro team, they are trailing at home 2-0 to the Florida Panthers. Sam Reinhart with his 19th, and Aaron Ekblad getting his 14th for the Panthers. That gives them the 2-0 lead after a period of play. It's all even as the first period is about halfway through in Toronto. Toronto hosting the Seattle Kraken. Southsea gets one for Seattle, and Austin Matthews just continues to produce. He gets his 41st goal of the season, it coming on the power play. That one, again, is 1-1. In Detroit, the Red Wings are hosting the Arizona Coyotes, and the Coyotes with a 2-1 lead. Tyler Boyd and Nick Ritchie getting the goals for Arizona, and Fabry getting a power play goal for the Detroit Red Wings, and that one with about 7:06 remaining in the first period. That is all the games that are currently in action. We've got a lot more on the slate later on tonight. St. Louis will be hosting the Ottawa Senators. That one is at 8 p.m. The Nashville Predators, they are hosting the Dallas Stars. That is also at 8 p.m. A couple 8 p.m. games here. The vaunted and hated New York Rangers, they are in Minnesota to play the Wild at 8 o'clock. The Winnipeg Jets, who will be here in Newark on Thursday to face off against the New Jersey Devils. The Jets are hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight at 8 o'clock. Likely they will fly and face off against New Jersey on Thursday as New Jersey continues this 4-game homestand against all Western Conference teams. And a couple more Western Conference teams. Chicago, they are hosting the Anaheim Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks will complete New Jersey's 4-game homestand when they come to Newark in the Prudential Center on Saturday night. That game between Anaheim and Chicago is at 8:30. And lastly, the Calgary Flames, a 9 o'clock tilt. They are hosting the Washington Capitals. So Washington goes out into the Great Pines of Alberta. They will take on the Calgary Flames, another Metro Division foe. In this one, it is the New Jersey Devils. They are trailing 2-0 to the Colorado Avalanche. Ryan Graves is going against his former team, and he is getting a taste. He actually was asked earlier today, having been with the Colorado Avalanche, having watched them go from one of the bottom dwellers of the league and building up into a Stanley Cup contender. He said he saw a lot of similarities between both the Colorado Avalanche and the New Jersey Devils, because as we forget, or maybe we don't forget, Colorado was only 3 years ago. They finished dead last, or maybe it was second last, with the second worst record in the National Hockey League. 3 years later, with all that talent, they are back in the fold contending for a Stanley Cup. So Devils fans, take note. You can feel this team is building towards something, getting closer and closer and closer. And take it from Ryan Graves. He saw it firsthand in Colorado, and he's seeing it again here in New Jersey. We are going to take a quick timeout. But when we come back, the second period will be in full swing for you. It is 2-0 once again, the Colorado Avalanche with a lead over the New Jersey Devils. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Jesper Bokvist. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz along with Erica Ayala here tonight from the Prudential Center, and a 2-0 lead for the Avs after one period of play. A 2 power play goal night here so far for the Avs, and we knew it was going to be about special teams. What Erica, do you think the Devils need to do here in the second period?
Another thing that we talked about, Kelly, is just eliminating those little tiny mistakes. We saw some of that early from the Devils. It didn't bite them. On the power play, getting more body-to-body, stick-to-stick, making sure you know where those top scorers are is going to be key from a defensive perspective. Offensively, we see that the Devils are leading in shots, so I think it's more of that. Keep getting those repetitions. Keep, putting the Devils and Darcy Kemper in a position where they're going to have to make saves. They're going to have to make plays in front of the goal, and I think we will see a New Jersey Devils goal coming.
I hope so. McKinnon and Rantanen with the 2 goals here tonight, and for Makar, he's now on a 13-game point streak.
Ooh, is that a hot or picante? A picante streak.
Spicy.
A spicy, hot streak there. We knew it was going to be something that the Devils were going to have to come up against.
Our face-off here in the second, won by the Devils. They'll drive it into the offensive zone. Chasing it down back behind the net, McLeod. Gerritsen and Bastian out on the ice for the Devils. Will be picked up by the Avs. Nice poke check there at the blue line by the defenseman, Jonas Siegenthaler. And we get a whistle here. And an offside call. Second period action. Devils out shooting the Avs 15-8. Down 2-0. Devils with the puck inside the offensive zone. Bastian. I've been so impressed with that line here so far. They've had the most looks in this game. Nice centering pass out in front, but that one was stolen away, and back up the ice here comes Burakovsky for the Avs. Drifted right back the other way. Nice little opportunity here for Sharon Govich, and that one is deflected high and out of play. 19:11 to play here in the second period. 2-0 our score. Colorado Avalanche, the top team in the NHL right now in the standings. Devils second to bottom in their division.
Got a little work to do.
A little work to do. The Avs this season against the Metropolitan Division teams, they're 5-2-1. The Devils against Central Division teams are 3-7-1. So they've struggled against those Central Division teams. See if they can come back from this one. 2-goal lead is always the most difficult to keep in hockey. That's what I've heard anyway.
A few times.
Avs carry it out to center. Picked up now. Kadri drives that one into the near wall. Tied up now with Sharon Govich. Broken free. Middle of the slot. Blasted wide by the defenseman, Samuel Girard. Up the ice, here comes Mercer. Mercer gets a handle on it. He'll carry it or send it over to the left. Was looking for Hughes. It was cleared right back out to neutral ice there by the Avs.
We saw another entanglement there just across the blue line that did not allow the Devils to get what they wanted on that last sequence.
Mercer, nice effort there in the corner. Tries to get the puck away from the Avs defender. He'll flip that one backhanded toward the back wall. Sharon Govich carries it up the left half wall. Now Hughes. Hughes back below the goal line. Sends it over to PK Subban. That shot blasted high and out of play. It was deflected. As Ty Smith tries to send that one in on net. 17:57 to play here in the second period. 2-0 our score. The Colorado Avalanche with the lead after the first period. Both those goals scored in the first power play goals.
I want to talk a little bit about the team defense for the Colorado Avalanche on that last sequence. You saw Logan O'Connor really take away some of that space, get a stick on there. That's why we saw that puck deflected out of play. Want to see a little bit more of that when it's the Devils in all three zones playing that team defense that we know is going to be imperative if they're going to shut down the Avs and start getting things going offensively themselves.
We get an offensive face-off here for the Devils. Tatar wins the draw. Subban keeps it alive. Now Zaka. That one's sent into the right-hand corner. Back to Subban. He'll play it rink wide at the blue line. Ty Smith Back to the blue line now, Subban. Subban waits. Oh, fires that one right through traffic. Was trying to get the screen, and it's held onto. I don't know how Darcy Kemper kept that one out of the net.
I wasn't sure he was quite confident he knew where the puck was, but was able to get some pads on it, make sure it didn't cross the line, and so we're still at a goose egg, unfortunately, for the Devils.
But the Devils looking really good here to start the second period. Shots on net 16-9 now in favor of the Devils, just not on the scoreboard. Face off, Jesper Boquist to face off against Darren Helm. Right circle. Avalanche will win the draw. They'll send it over to the near side. Kept in play there. Boquist. Boquist again tries to spin away from his man. Wasn't able to. Now picked up at the back wall there by the Avs. They will try to clear it out. Kept in. Over to the near half wall. Geertsen keeps it alive. Nice job there by Geertsen. In the lineup here tonight. Was not in the lineup for the St. Louis Blues game. Now the Avs flip it ahead onto the stick of Tyson Jost. He gets bumped off the play. Nice defensive work there by Smith. Smith fires that one into the right-hand corner of the offensive zone. Avalanche will come up with it. Again, the defenders out there, Eric Johnson and Ryan Murray. That one's drifted ahead off of the stick of Obe Kubel. Now back up the ice. Bastian again with that line. He, McLeod, and Geertsen. And the Avs will break out of their end. Drop pass. Back to the blue line. Taves sends that one. A saucer pass. He was looking for his line mate over there. And now here comes Vesey. Tried to get that one on target onto his line mate as well, and he wasn't able to as he was looking for Boquist. New Jersey pinned back into their own end. They'll take their time coming out of the zone. Some speed there from Jack Hughes. Hughes, the #1 pick, NHL draft.
Devils fans know a little something about the Hughes brothers.
Yes, they do. He's his little brother plays for Michigan. He's going to be coming into the Devils at some point in his career. Of course, Jack, a 2019 draftee. His brother, 2022 or 21, excuse me, last year.
21, 22. Monday, Tuesday, who knows?
Darcy Kemper coming up with a save there. 17 shots on net here for this Devils team. That first period, we saw the Devils outshoot this Avalanche team. They continue to do so, just have not been able to get anything past Kemper. We watched 2 games ago, and Kemper got pulled after giving up 3 goals. The Devils need to find a way to get something past him. He gets frustrated easily.
So that was a big shot there by Graves, getting it on Kemper right into the body.
And Graves playing against his former team here tonight in the Avs, and he had some interesting things to say during the morning press conference about playing against his former team. He's got a lot of respect for him, but you know what? This Devils team can do it. They beat St. Louis the other night. See if they can get on the scoreboard here. That shot deflected high.
And we see that this, excuse me there, Kelly, but we've seen that this Colorado team has experienced success in the regular season, and so that was one of the things that Graves was asked about, to talk about this young Devils team and what they can glean from how Colorado was able to meet success and parlay that into their own success right here in New Jersey.
An offensive face-off here, right circle coming for the Avalanche. It'll be JT Compher winning that face-off, sending back to the blue line. Devils trying to break it out. Kept in there by Alex Newhook. Sent back to behind the net of Dawes. Chipped away. Again, back behind the net. Now up to the blue line to Girard. Shot fired. Glove save made there by Dawes as that one came off the stick of JT Compher. Still 2-0 Avalanche, 14:44 to play here in the second.
And just going back to that point about Graves and Colorado, where they've been as a franchise, the Devils, where they want to be as a franchise. I mean, it's really about finding ways in games like this, quite honestly, Kelly, to get it done, regardless of the opponent. Play your game smartly, play your game consistently throughout the game, full 60 minutes or plus if we get a little OT.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. We've seen that the Devils, they're pretty successful in overtime, Kelly.
They are, definitely.
Including against some top teams in the NHL.
That one's deflected high and out of play again inside the Devils zone. Looking for the shot there was Nathan McKinnon. He's already got a goal and an assist here tonight. Another left circle face-off.
Just to bring that point home about overtime, 5-1 are the Devils. When we get extra hockey.
I would be fine with that tonight, Erica.
Let's make this last as long as possible.
3 overtimes. I have nowhere to be. Not until tomorrow. Back up the ice. Here comes Bastian. He'll carry it in. Back behind the net. Swings it around. Gets to it over on the right-hand wall. It's tangled up there. It'll be broken free by Vesey. Now over to the near side. Oh, nice centering pass there by Severson, but it was tipped away and intercepted. Drop pass off here for the Avs. Oh, backhanded shot off the rebound, and Colorado goes up 3-0. 14:08 to play here. Tough rebound goal given up there by Dawes.
And you see Colorado taking advantage on the transition. They get a big stop on the Devils, and then they find the puck, use that speed. The Devils not able to find their way and eliminate some of the space. Colorado with another goal.
And Cale Makar not only has an assist here tonight, he just tapped away another goal for his Colorado Avalanche. And for Makar this season, he has now 21 goals and 44 assists.
And I talked about it in the pregame. Looking at that replay here, Kelly, you see that the Devils, again, they left that post open. They were all on the back check again. It was in transition, but you couldn't find the body. And that's how, again, Colorado able to get that puck past Dawes.
Another shot coming from the blue line that time. Held on to there, Samuel Girard with the shot on net. It is a 3-0 hockey game. 13:57 left here in the second period. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
From the electricity in the arena to highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Devils hockey. And this season, you can be there live to cheer them on. As the official ticketing partner of the New Jersey Devils, Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Devils.
Ladies and gentlemen, struggling with early signs of getting older, fine lines, forehead wrinkles, dark circles, and even under eye bags? Matt Laughlin here to tell you about the official skincare of the Devils, Genucel. Formulated by a pharmacist, Genucel uses one-of-a-kind base, antioxidants, and breakthrough science to target and treat the visible signs of getting older. I've seen how it works, and it's fantastic. Visit Genucel.com/Devils right now and enter promo code GOAL at checkout for an instant 20% off the entire site. Free shipping on all orders. Genucel.com/Devils. Genucel.com/Devils.
At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have a passion for heart health. With the largest adult and pediatric cardiac surgery programs in the state, a heart transplant program that's top 15 in the nation, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every one of our communities. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
This is Dawson Mercer. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala. Here it is Gender Equity Night at the Prudential Center. And it's been a great night. They keep showing up on the Jumbotron. Many women in this area that have done great things, like teachers artists. And, of course, Megan Duggan. It's just fun to see them celebrate this day as International Women's Day and Women's History Month.
You love to see it. And, of course, that was incorporated also, Kelly, into the jerseys that we saw for the warm-ups.
Oh, I was really hoping they'd be wearing those tonight, but of course they are wearing the dark red uniforms here tonight with black breezes. We'll talk a little bit more about the artist involved in the design of those warm-up jerseys. They are fantastic. Plus, you can bid on them as well. We'll tell you about that coming up. 3-0 our score here, 13:35 to play in the second period. As the Devils with the puck right out in front, looking for the shot. Jesper Bratt slid it right through the goal crease out in front of Kemper. Back to the blue line, kept in. Shot comes up high into the face mask of Kemper. He'll hang on as that one off the stick of Jesper Bratt.
Looked like a really good opportunity, maybe one of the better ones we've seen from the Devils. Just didn't have a body there as that puck was sliding across the crease. They do get a shot up on Kemper, but again, right into the body.
Bratt with two great looks. Tatar almost having the backhanded shot there.
Just a little tardy to that party, Kelly.
Devils fans not liking that joke. Just kidding. Tardy, Tartar. 3-0 our score. 13:08 to play here. As the Devils control inside the offensive zone. Picked up over on the near wall there by the Avs. Cleared out. And carried right back the other way. Here comes Ty Smith. Smith drops it off. Hughes, Smith. Oh, actually it was Vesey. I thought it was Hughes. It's Vesey that had that puck. Now it's carried back the other way. A shot comes up high, juggled and gloved finally there by Dawes. You're right about their transition game. The Devils need to somehow find a way to keep that Avs team from getting past that blue line when the Devils have control of the offensive zone. And they're just, I don't know what they need to do, but they need to stop that transition from being that quick into their own zone.
Well, I go back to what Lindy Ruff told us, right? A good defense sometimes is offense, and that being possession, having control of the puck, commanding the puck, and just seeing the Devils get shots up, but not necessarily being able to follow or corral the rebounds on those shots.
Back inside Devils territory. Tied up in the left-hand corner, now back behind the net. Ryan Graves wasn't able to clear. Now out to neutral ice. Avs will intercept. That one's intercepted right back onto the stick of Sharon Govich. Drop pass. Hughes winds up. Big rebound given up. That one will ricochet over into the left-hand corner of the zone. Hamilton keeps it alive. Down low. Back behind the net again is Mercer. He gets jammed up. Hughes will chase it into the corner. Sharon Govich, excuse me. Now back the other way, JT Comfort. His pass over to the left. Nice job by Dougie Hamilton there, getting his stick in the way and sending it over to the near half wall. Back to the blue line, kept in Johnson. Shot taken, now here comes Hughes. He'll flip that one high into the offensive zone, peels off for a change. 11:28 left here in the second period. 3-0. Avalanche lead, but the Devils on fire here. They carry it into the offensive zone, not able to get that one off. It was cleared. Back into the offensive zone now, Pavel Zacha. Quick play. Oh, Zacha. Over on that right-hand side. What a fantastic opportunity there. Damon Severson, the defender, came in, playing up front there. And just a key save there for the Avalanche's Kemper.
And you saw Zacha put a little Heisman move there to enter the zone, give the Devils an opportunity. And now we're going to get a face-off, see what the Devils can get here.
Avs win the draw. It was McKinnon on that face-off. He's already got 3 points on the night. Avalanche will bring it back in. Inside the right circle, skating around and sending it back to the top of the point was Brakowski. And now back in the other way. Bratt, his pass. Nice pass, a shot, and a goal! The Devils go on the scoreboard. What a fantastic play there by New Jersey. Finally getting something past Kemper. Tatar will get credit for that one. But what a setup there by Jesper Bratt. Oh.
And you see that initial shot in. Clank hits the post. Tatar was not tardy for that party.
No, he was not. That was a fantastic play. And again, this Devils team has been close to getting something past Kemper. That was a perfect placed goal.
We also talked about taking opportunities. You saw that the Avalanche had an unfortunate circumstance where one of their blue liners, broken stick, Devils able to get that puck in transition, get on the board.
3-1 our score here, 10:32 to play in the second period. New Jersey on their 21st shot of the night gets on the scoreboard. 21 shots to 16. See if they can get 2 more here before the end of this period. I'm calling this one. I think the Devils are gonna make this one interesting.
Let's go.
They just look so good out there offensively. They're just not able to stop that transition play by the Avalanche.
But they're starting to match it, Kelly, which is what I like. I like that this young team, again, tick for tack. They're playing an opponent that they know is successful, and they're finding ways within their game to match what the Avalanche have been able to put up.
Devils try to break this up out of their zone, out to neutral ice. Boquist gets stopped there and pushed right back into his zone by Murray. Now Ryan Graves to Dougie Hamilton. Back into Colorado's end. Over into the far corner is Mercer. Oh, another chance there. Sharon Govich wound up and wasn't able to put that on target. Now here comes Hughes with a nice little drag toward the net, but he's stopped on that near post by Darcy Kemper. Oh, Hughes wanted that one.
If you could see my fingers, they were ready for the chef's kiss on that one, Kelly. What a move.
We've got ourselves a hockey game. 9:03 left here in the second period. The Devils on the board. It's 3-1 Avs. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Pavel Zaka. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
3-1 Avalanche lead the New Jersey Devils. Erica Ayala alongside myself, Kelly Schultz, and we were talking earlier about that gender equity jersey warm-up. They are also doing an auction on those beautiful jerseys. I want to get in on the bidding, but here is what you need to know in order to do so. It is the first ever gender equality themed warm-up jerseys worn by the Devils prior to tonight's game. They're being auctioned with proceeds benefiting the Devils Youth Foundation. You can bid on those jerseys by going to NewJerseyDevils.com/gender equity. Go bid on them. They are beautiful.
We saw Siegenthaler with a shot in there.
And again, that lone goal scored by the Avs. Tatar, his 10th, 400 career points now. And Siegenthaler with his 13th assist. Zaka, his 15th. Zaka with the primary assist on that goal. 3-1 our score, 8:40 to play here in the second. The Devils again, Tatar winds up. That one hit traffic. That puck went flying high. He will collect the puck, glove, and drop it. Another shot. Big rebound given up, and that shot just goes up and over the crossbar. Zaka out in front. Back to the far point. Oh, the Avs will finally get a piece of that one and try to carry it out. They're going to send that up the ice, and icing will be called. And the Devils again will be with an offensive faceoff.
I mean, it was a great sequence there for the Devils. We've talked about puck possession. We've talked about controlling rebounds and getting second, third, fourth chances up on the Avs. And that's exactly what they did.
That was a great sequence of events. They just need to get something past Kemper. They got a couple of rebound opportunities, and that puck will be driven back up the ice. It was touched up there, Smith. Smith comes back the other way. In on the right wing side, Smith. Top of the right circle. Sharangovich, his rink-wide pass. Hughes tries to go upper shelf. That one was stopped. Hughes gets it right back onto his stick. He'll carry it to the middle of the slot. Drop pass to Ty Smith. Smith puts that one in! Oh! Ty Smith! Second goal in the last 2 games. He scored the first one against St. Louis. He strikes again, and we've got ourselves a 1-goal game here. The defender, Ty Smith.
Let's go.
Oh, that was perfect. He popped that one just past that near side, the glove side of Darcy Kemper. Kemper looked down, thought he had it, did not.
And you saw Landeskog went to reach for that. Great move by Smith to do a deke. Gets the shot up, gets the goal. 3-2 is our score here. Devils coming back.
7:32. Did I not call it? I did. Oh, we got ourselves a penalty. And I believe, yes, the New Jersey Devils are going to go on this power play. And Erica, we were talking about this earlier. The tough thing for the Colorado Avalanche is their penalty kill. It's awful.
Yes, as we get the Law and Order music. I love that. And I think this, again, is a massive opportunity. The Devils, I talked about it earlier. They've got the big they've got the momentum right now, and they'll go on the power play.
Well, in the penalty box for the Avs, their leading scorer, Nazem Kadri. A tripping call at 12:32. We've got ourselves a power play for the Devils, their first of the night. That one sent over to the far side for Bratt. Into the middle. That one bounced off the back of Zaka's skates. Now Zaka, trying to set up Hughes. That one poke checked away, and it is cleared out by the Avalanche.
Didn't love that pass selection there. Thought it was a little congested in the middle, but no matter. Devils with the puck again.
Back inside, right corner. That one's driven all the way around. Severson keeps it alive. His pass intercepted, poke checked free out to neutral ice and onto the stick of Jesper Bratt. Bratt will carry it up over all 3 lines, drops it off. Ooh, nice puck handling there for Zaka, but he turns the puck over. Now back the other way, shorthanded chance. Oh, that one just missing the stick of Devon Taves, and lucky for the Devils on that odd man shorthanded opportunity.
And you saw definitely some tired legs there on the back check. Understandable as they're on the power play, but you really got to try to get back there. Didn't lead to a goal that time, shorthanded, but something to keep an eye on.
Back inside the offensive zone, Hamilton passes it over to his left. That puck, almost kept in there at the blue line by Hamilton. The pass by Sharangovich hit the back of his teammate's skates. Tied up over on that far side. 25 seconds left in the extra attacker here for the New Jersey Devils. Their first opportunity, and back into Devils territory. Broken up. Up the ice here comes Sharangovich. He'll drop it offside. Dropped it off before he got into the offensive zone. You can't do that.
Can't do that. And again, I was eyeing that as you see that the Avs, even the reason that we were able to keep that play going is because they win that foot battle. They get to the puck. That's something that, again, this young team, they're going to have to refine that. Your legs are tired. They're burning. You're on the power play. But the team that's shorthanded beats you to the puck. You don't want to see that.
That cannot happen. Hamilton carries it in to the offensive zone right side. Down below the goal line. It's flipped high and all the way up the ice it goes. It'll be played there by Nico Dawes. I'll drop that one off for Ryan Graves. Penalty time is done. 5:18 left here in the second period. 3-2 our score. Avs still lead by a goal. Back inside the offensive zone there, Boquist. Boquist not able to get that puck onto his teammate's stick. It's carried back the other way. Kadri. Drop pass for Comfort. Tipped away into the left-hand corner of Devils territory. And here comes Dougie Hamilton. We saw Hamilton score that overtime game winner the other night. Fantastic play by Dougie. It's good to see him back. Of course, out with after jaw surgery. Oof.
Oh, that sounds very painful.
Yes,
so
it does.
See not only the bubble, but an extra little shield around the mouth area for Dougie Hamilton. No matter, got the OT winner.
Well, one player we forgot to mention, we'll talk about it in here just a little bit, as the Devils try to put that one out in front, and it's just tipped away a little off of Mercer's stick. Is looking for the tip in. Instead, it ended up over in the near sideboards. Back up the ice. Nice job there by Severson to get in the way of that pass. Makar flips that one, backhanded into the zone. He went off for a change. Devils aren't able to transition the puck out of their zone. Played at the back wall. Now Siegenthaler out to center. And back up to Darcy Kemper. It's actually picked up by his defender, Jack Johnson. Now ahead, the other Johnson, Eric Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson.
They don't have any shots on that yet, do they?
Oh,
I beat you to that one.
You did. You did.
Jesper Bratt carries it in. Oh, he'll get tripped up, but we got another power play coming for the New Jersey Devils. It is a 3-2 hockey game. Power play coming up for the Devils. 3:20 left here in the second. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, struggling with early signs of getting older, fine lines, forehead wrinkles, dark circles, and even under eye bags? Matt Laughlin here to tell you about the official skincare of the Devils, Genucel. Formulated by a pharmacist, Genucel uses one-of-a-kind base, antioxidants, and breakthrough science to target and treat the visible signs of getting older. I've seen how it works, and it's fantastic. Visit Genucel.com/Devils right now and enter promo code GOAL at checkout for an instant 20% off the entire site. Free shipping on all orders. Genucel.com/Devils. Genucel.com/Devils.
I've got cancer, but I'm part of a clinical trial that could lead to new breakthroughs.
I've got cancer, but I've also got researchers working together to find a cure.
If you or a loved one has cancer, you need New Jersey's only comprehensive cancer center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
I've got cancer, but I've also got hope.
Learn more at rwjbh.org/beatcancer. RWJ Barnabas Health and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
From the electricity in the arena to highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Devils hockey. And this season, you can be there live to cheer them on. As the official ticketing partner of the New Jersey Devils, Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Devils.
This is Thomas Tatar. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala here. 3-2. Devils just inching their way back into this hockey game with 3:20 left to play, and they are on another power play. This power play, a Jack Johnson trip, 16:40 the time of the penalty. And the Devils 0 for 1 here tonight with no shots on net during the last power play. Let's see if they can get something going here. Back behind the net, that one's flipped all the way up the ice by the Avalanche's Darren Helm. Picked up now, carried up the ice, and poke checked away. In comes Bratt. He'll drop it off over on the far side. Bastian back to the blue line, kept in Severson. Rink wide pass over to the right. Zaka in the circle. Bratt looking for the shot. He'll play it back to the blue line. Oh, what a shot there! I called it! 3-3. We've got ourselves a game. A big shot there from the blue line. Damon Severson, a power play goal. And it's confirmed. The Devils have scored their third goal here in the second period.
Oh, look at that. Goes high. Just able to get that shot in. Absolutely fools Kemper. And just like that, we are tied up, folks. Picante, picante, picante.
I'm feeling the spice now, that's for sure.
Let's go, Kelly. You said it. You wanted it equalized before we closed out this middle frame second stanza.
A power play goal. We've got ourselves a brand new hockey game here. And like I said, this Devils team plays up to their opponents. They're playing the number one team in the NHL right now. You would never know by watching them play here tonight that the Devils are second to last place in their division.
What about that resilience, too? Down 3-0.
That is a tough deficit to come back on. A lot of coaches will tell you the first team to 3 is the team that wins. Not so tonight. Here come the Devils again. Sherengova with a shot. Backhanded out in front. Oh, Boquist tried to put that one away, and that was tipped aside. Well, I think one of the Avalanche defenders got in the way of that one, but it'll be carried away from the wall. Avs play it out to center. And here comes Jack Hughes back inside the offensive zone. Over to the far side. Another shot taken there. PK Subban puts that one in the glove of Darcy Kemper. We got another penalty coming up. I didn't even see it. Erica pointed over to the goaltender, Nico Dawes. And another hooking call.
Yes, and we've seen a few times now. Landeskog has to be careful here because you saw Hughes kind of dancing on that blue line there.
Mm-hmm.
And Landeskog puts that stick out there and now has put the New Jersey Devils back on the power play. I think it worked out the last time, Kelly.
Yeah, it did. It certainly did. And again, this Avalanche penalty kill is not good. 77% this season. Landeskog's hook at the 18:24 mark, at minute 34 left here as the Devils go back on a power play there. 1 for 2. That lone shot by Severson, the goal.
We said that getting this Avalanche team a little frustrated was a good opportunity for the Devils to find their way into this game, and that's exactly what they've done in this second period, Kelly.
Hughes will collect the puck inside of his own zone. Drop pass to Bratt. Back inside Zaka. His rink-wide pass to the left. Now they pass it so darn quick. Severson into that left circle for Hughes. Back to Severson now. Zaka waiting for the puck over on the right. He'll be back over on the left there to Hughes. Shot comes in, deflected. Oh, just about went in. Looking for the tip in there was Nate Bastian. This power play unit has looked so good here.
They're picking it up, or leveling up, as Sierra might sing.
Severson back at the point. Shot fired, glove save made there by Kemper. Whew, that goal by Severson, his 8th of the season. It came at the 17:21 mark from Jasper Bratt, his 33rd assist, and Pavel Zaka, his 15th of the season. So we finally get some scoring here in the second period by the Devils. It's 3-3, 32.2 seconds left in the period, 56 seconds left on that power play. And if the Devils are unable to score here, that power play will carry over into the third. Bottom of the goal line. Oh, short angled shot taken there by Mercer. Over to Sharon Govich. Oh, I thought that one was going to go in. Down low, back behind the net. Around to the far wall. It's 5 seconds left here in this period. Erica's over here getting a little excited next to me, and that was, wow, what a second period it was for this New Jersey Devils team. Love the resiliency. You said it, Erica. They were down 3-0 coming in, and a power play goal, an even strength goal, and then what a fantastic play by Severson there.
You know, it's something that we saw the New Jersey Devils working on at the morning skate, getting some time on the power play. The power play units getting a little bit of time together. Didn't have practice yesterday, so we're able to work on that. New special teams was going to be an opportunity. And so far, that's gotten us 3-3 at the end of the second.
3-3 our score here. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
Wawa has an endless variety of hot hoagies ready to satisfy your cravings. The toasted Italian is perfect for a tasty lunch, or perhaps the buffalo chicken strip hoagie for a quick and hearty dinner, and even the occasional chicken cheesesteak or meatball hoagie for a toasty reward for acing my final exam. Whatever you crave, we're here for you. Try Wawa hot hoagies or toast your favorite hoagie. They're crafted to crave. Gotta have a Wawa.
This is Pavel Zaka, and I like to binge watch How I Met Your Mother.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. A 3-3 game, the resiliency of this New Jersey Devils team, and the key was Damon Severson getting that game-tying goal. He joins us now. And Damon, first of all, you guys are young. You're playing against the best team in the league right now. You were down 3-0. What was it about your team that you were able to get back into this one?
Yeah, I guess resiliency, you used the right word there. I definitely wasn't the key for us in the first little bit there. I was good enough to get that goal, but made some bad plays. In their third goal, I tried to hit a guy in the slot when I should have shot the puck. So I had to get that one back, and then we were good to get those few in a row there and come back, tie things up going into the third period here. But we just got to continue to be resilient. We know they're a good team, first in the league for a reason, and continue to try to get one here, then this rest of this power play and go from there.
And Damon, we heard Ryan Graves after morning skate talk about not wanting to feed the Colorado transition, but I think we've also seen the Devils up the ante when it comes to the transition game. How was New Jersey able to make that and use that to your advantage? Yeah,
well, if we can catch them when they're trying to make those plays, and we can catch them and play good defense, we can go back at them, get them tired. Nobody wants to play in their own zone, especially a team with that high-octane offense. They want to play on the rush. They want to play in our zone. So we did a fairly good job overall of limiting that period and coming back at it with us, with our offense. And, we got to continue to try to do that, play in their zone and not let them be coming at us all night.
Well, Damon, you've been with the New Jersey Devils now for 8 seasons. You've seen the growth of these young players on your team. How far have they come since the beginning of the season?
Yeah, a lot of guys have grown great. Mercer in his first year, Husey now, I think this is his third year. We got some guys that have come a long way. Brader's been playing real well. Pav's come a long way. So you can see, we're trending in the right direction here. So we got to continue to, develop these guys the right way and try to, win some of these hockey games against these good teams. So now going forward, we know in the coming years that we can play with these teams and beat them, and that's the only way we're going to be able to get ourselves in a playoff spot, in the coming years.
Well, go get a win here tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Damon Severson joining us. He scored the 3rd goal for this New Jersey Devils team to tie things up heading into the 3rd. Our second intermission continues here. 3-3 our score after 2 periods of play. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Da ist der Jonas Siegenthaler. Du hörst den RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Radio.
And welcome back into your Devils Hockey Network intermission report presented by Investors Bank. Banking in your best interest. I am Sam Kassan. And that was much more like it after the Colorado Avalanche extended their lead 2-0 into 3-0 on Cale Makar's goal. The Devils respond with 3 unanswered thus far, starting with Thomas Tatar, which was also his 400th career goal. And then after that, Ty Smith, 3-game healthy scratch in the 2 games he's come back. Well, all he's done is scored a goal in each. He picks up another tally. And then late, it's Damon Severson with the bomb, 17-21, a power play goal, and that evens it all up at 3-3, and that's where it stands. So you've been listening to Kelly Schultz and Erica Ayala calling tonight's contest, the first ever all-woman broadcast in Devils history. But they aren't the first female broadcaster in Devils history. That title belongs to the legendary Sherry Ross. Ross had 2 stints in New Jersey from 1992 to 95 and also from 2007 to 17. She's broken many barriers and glass ceilings in her career and started covering hockey for the Daily Record way back as a sports writer in 1978. Ross was a guest on the Speak of the Devils podcast a ways back, but we refresh and go back to hear what she has to say, joining Matt Loughlin and Jessica Kent on her journey and obstacles as a woman breaking into a male-dominated business.
So peeling back to how you got to that point, and, Jessica used the term pioneer. I mean, not only on a broadcasting side, but you were breaking in as a writer when women were just starting to crack that door open. And there was a lot of pushback on the other side of the door. Like,
there was.
Why are we doing this from old curmudgeonly people? So how did it all come about for you that journalism became something you wanted to pursue?
Well, now young girls are seeing women in what was my position and AJ Malesko and other people that are doing these jobs. When I was in college, that didn't exist. So I was actually going to be a veterinarian. That did not work out, but things are okay. I'm not complaining. But the year I was in my sophomore year of college is when the women first started challenging for the right to have equal access in the dressing rooms, notably in baseball. So I all of a sudden it was like a light went off on my head because I'd been a hockey fan since I was in high school. And I thought, I'm good at writing. I love it. Why not combine those two things now that there's this path that hadn't been there before? So those women were pioneers for me, the first flight of women getting into sports. And I just went, I can do this. This is something I want to do. I immediately changed my major. I started working more in English and journalism. And right out of the bat, I was able to get jobs at small newspapers doing high school sports and any, as Matt, you did too. You start with whatever jobs you can get that will give you experience, that will get you contacts with people. So I started doing that. And in 1978, I first started doing hockey for a paper in New Jersey, and it took off from there. But there was pushback. You would go into some buildings, and immediately I would usually often be the only woman reporter there. So the security guard would stop you at the door. You can't possibly be doing this. I don't know why you're here, because there weren't a lot of women traveling around. So that every time you went somewhere, you were just this novelty. But by proving myself as a writer, by proving myself as a hard worker and a person who had a background in hockey knowledge, because I've been following it for years, the writers themselves were very accepting. It was the players who took a little. I can understand walking into a room of naked people. It's not something I was cut out for. And of course the players had to get used to that, but there was very little pushback from the players. It was mostly like the older people who were sort of scattered around hockey. That certainly went away after a few years, but there's, you still get run-ins.
Sherry, you use the term, sorry, Matt, you use the term prove yourself a lot. Do you think women still have to do that in this industry?
Absolutely. And I think any person that's in a minority group of any kind that goes into a profession that's dominated by another group, usually white men, honestly, but so you have to sort of show that you know your stuff, that you're not just there because it's you want to make news. I never wanted to make news. I wanted to report the news and report the sports and get to know people and just do something I loved so much. So I remember one thing, it was kind of funny. It was I was covering the Rangers, and I was in the press box with, I think it was Howie Rose and Mike Farrell and Mike Shalin, who were all very nice guys. But the first couple of times they were like giving me trivia questions as if to say, is she just here because at that point everybody was making a big deal. Whenever a woman went into a dressing room, there was always a TV camera that immediately went, oh, there's a woman in the dressing room. Like what are the guys going to do? Is there going to be a fit here or something? But so they probably the first couple of games just sort of kept throwing questions at me, and then they went, okay. I was accepted into the club. And that was just one of the things that really stuck out. And then they were very nice, and they were telling me like the routine. There's a routine you go to when the coach speaks, and where you have to make your way through the building, through the labyrinth of whatever building you're in. And they were helpful in that regard. But it was a little proving ground for me there. I passed.
You did, with flying colors. And, we chuckle at it because it's so long ago, and it's kind of a funny story. And those are, and Mike recently passed away, but the other two guys, Mike Shalin, the other two guys are fantastic and supportive. But, who else has to go through that, right? I'm sure they didn't have to answer a quiz from someone who was 20 years older than they when they first got into the business. So it's got to be frustrating, and it had to be a level of anger too. Like, why the hell do I have to prove myself all the time? I belong here.
I don't think anger is the right word. And I never felt insulted by it. I felt insulted when I had a credential and you get stopped at the door. I'm like, I'm entitled to be here. Mm-hmm. This is my job, and you're preventing me from doing my job. So that was frustrating. But in terms of acceptance, if you want to call it that, I was so confident in myself that I never felt I don't have to argue with you. I belong here. Let me do my job. That's all I'm asking. Let me do my job. This is something I really, really want to do, and I believe I'm good at it. So I don't ever think I let it get me down.
Confidence. I like the way you use that word. And to be honest, as a woman in this industry, I'm of the mentality, fake it till you make it. What kind of advice would you give to women who are trying to enter not only the hockey industry, but any male dominated industry?
Well, that's part of it. And the other part is to be as prepared as you can be. Years ago, I read Barbara Walters' book, and it's called Audition. And the reason she called it that is because she always felt when she went on to do the news that she was auditioning all over again. Like she had that pressure to sort of represent all women, even that wasn't what she was asking for, but that sort of is how it feels. And it felt that way constantly. It got in the background more as I kept going and kept getting comfortable. Fake it till you make it. Well, that really describes me moving into broadcasting, because when Lou Lamoriello asked me to do it, I had never, ever conceived of a career in radio. I took maybe one broadcasting class when I was in college. So this was just something that, other than being interviewed on the air, because you'd be an intermission guest sometimes with Matt, I believe I was. So you would just get into this situation where you just have to say, I can do this. And if it's a new challenge, broadcasting was a completely new challenge. And if I ever listened to the recordings from the first year, I can't even imagine how horrendous it probably was. But you have to.
It was probably better than you think, but I think everyone in broadcasting has it. Do I really sound like that? I can't believe that's me. But
or did I say that much?
Yeah.
That was the legendary Sherry Ross on the call, joining the Speak of the Devils podcast, and obviously one of the pioneers to female broadcasters, as we have two tonight, the first time ever in Devils history. But now let's take a look at some out of town scores presented by Premio Sausage, Real Italian Sausage, Real Italian Taste. Flyers a 2-1 lead over the Knights. It's 3-2 Florida over Pittsburgh. 3-2 Toronto leading Seattle. 6-1 Arizona over the Red Wings. 1-1 between the Blues and Senators. Scoreless in Nashville between the Stars and Predators. 2-0 the Wild over the New York Rangers. 3-3 Jets in Tampa. And finally 2-0 Chicago leads the Anaheim Ducks. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the call for you in the third period. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Dougie Hamilton. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala. 3-3 after 2 periods of play. The New Jersey Devils come back.
That's right.
Being down 2-0 after the first. And after that third goal, you were just kind of like, oh, something's got to give here.
And it did, and it started with the belief, Kelly. You had a feeling they were going to come back, and then they did all of the things that we had talked about, even in the pregame. And we heard, of course, Severson just talking about how critical that is for this Devils team.
Tatar, Smith, and Severson with those 3 goals. And we are knotted up here into the third period. Hughes with the puck over on the near side. 11 seconds left on that penalty time from that penalty that was called late in the second period. Devils again bring the puck in. Poke checked away from Hughes. Picked up now, carried back the other way. McKinnon, he gets bumped off of it. Nice job there defensively by the Devils. Avs will come up with the puck inside their own zone. Devils not able to push that one past neutral ice here. And the Avs will come up with it. Oh, looking for the backhanded shot there was Rantanen. Avs keep it alive. Johnson at the blue line. Tied up over on the far wall. Chip now to the back wall. Devils will get it back at Vesey. He carries it up the ice. He'll get to the red line, dumps it in, and peels off for a change. Zaka, Tatar, and Bratt out there for the Devils. Avs will drive that one off the back wall. Johnson with it. Looks for another shot sent wide of the near post. Zaka tries to get to it. Dropping down and keeping the puck in the Devils half of the ice. Tied up in the corner now. Back to the blue line. Rink wide pass, shot taken, blocked. Nice block there by PK Subban. And the Avs will collect it back inside their own zone. Long headman pass back into the offensive zone. Bouncing puck comes in on net. Nico Daw is able to send it aside. Now here comes Sharangovich. Broken up there by the Avs. Carried right back the other way. Hughes in the middle. Gets bumped off of the play. Nothing gets called. Devils fans were looking for a penalty on that one. Did not get it. Comfer. That one got stuck in the uniform there of Sharangovich. And back up the ice, Hughes. Hughes looks for the shot. Quick glove save made by Darcy Kemper.
Good save there by Kemper, cutting off that angle, making the glove save. Dougie looking to get something on, but then also had one of his players streaking there. I believe that was Mercer, ready if there was a rebound.
We'll get an offensive face-off here. Shots on net, 33-17. Devils. That's impressive against this Avalanche team who's got so much offensive prowess. They have been held to only 17 shots. Devils with the puck inside the offensive zone, driven high off the glass by VC. Puck sails over to the far corner, now off the wall, out to neutral ice. Devils will get it right back. They play it back inside their own zone. Siegenthaler. And that puck's flipped high and out of play over into the stands. And we got a fan who collects a souvenir. And speaking of souvenirs, thanks to Matt Laughlin for getting Erica and I a couple of pucks tonight.
Yeah.
Game pucks.
Absolutely. Always nice to have a souvenir.
Don't tell my friends back in the state of hockey.
Uh-oh.
I might be a closet New Jersey Devils fan. The hospitality has been fantastic here, of course, celebrating Gender Equity Night. And here come the Devils. Tatar with a shot. Another bouncer right into the glove of Kemper. Gender Equity Night, we were talking about those uniforms and the artist involved in that. Amazing design, by the way, first and foremost. Amrisa Niranjan, the local artist who designed those. Fantastic. Kudos to her. Of course, you can still bid on those if you go to the New Jersey's Devils website. They're auctioning off those warm-up jerseys.
I love it. There's Roman numerals included there for key dates in women's history. Sojourner Truth, Equal Pay Act.
Bratt sends that one into the circle. That was broken up. Devils will get it right back out at neutral ice. Title IX as well. is celebrating 50 years.
Yes.
So all of those Roman numerals around the rings of those warm-up jerseys, pretty cool stuff. Lots of great stories. You can find that press release on the Devils website. Here comes Jack Hughes racing through the slot. He gets bumped off of it. Big defensive play there by Eric Johnson.
Also included in those Roman numerals is the year 1998, Kelly.
Yeah, you know what that was.
Oh, you know I do.
Oh, and of course I do too. That was the year that women's Olympic hockey became a sport.
And who, pray tell, won Olympic gold that year, Kelly?
They certainly did. Team USA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a shot right through the slot. Mercer was looking for that one. Another shot comes in, top of the right circle. Dougie Hamilton, but held on to by Kemper. I'm sure Kemper had to do a little regroup there in that second intermission after giving up 3 unanswered goals to the Devils. He's been solid here so far. 36 shots on net for New Jersey, 17 for the Avalanche. They haven't had much here in this third period. So look at our stats. Yeah, they haven't had a shot on net. 2 shots on net here in this third period. Shot comes in from the top of the circle. Blocked by one of the Avs in the slot. They'll pick it up, play it high off the glass. That one's going to get past Smith at the blue line. PK Subban chases it back into the offensive zone, or Devils zone, I should say. Smith back behind the net of his goaltender, Dawes. Smith comes away with the puck. Fires it ahead. Off the stick of Bastian. Bastian. Now McLeod. Bastian with it. Over in the right-hand corner. Back to the blue line. Subban. Now Smith. Intercepted there. It'll be picked up by the Avs. Gerard clears. Devils get it right back. Bastian gets knotted up over on that far wall. But collecting the puck was Boquist. He keeps it inside the zone. Over on the near boards. Into the corner for Bastian. Avs will come away with it. Jack Johnson clears. Up the ice. Back into Devils territory. It's played aside there by Dawes. Right corner boards. Helm gets knotted up with a couple of Devils. That's Bratt that gets in on the action. Johnson back at the blue line. Top of the circle. Left-hand circle shot was blocked. Deflected into the corner. And now here comes Bratt. Bratt racing up. A 2-on-1 for the Devils. He's got Zaka, but he drops it off. A shot by Graves, and that one is held on to by Kemper. 3-3 our score, 13:49 left here in our third period. You are listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
There's so many hot hoagies to choose from at Wawa. We love the buffalo chicken strip hoagie, but we love it melty. We love the toasted Italian hoagie because it's toasty. And we love the chicken cheesesteak and meatball when they're hot. Why are you talking like that? They're too good not to. Try any of these hot hoagies or toast your own favorite hoagie. Wawa Hot Hoagies. Crafted to crave. Gotta have a Wawa.
Wait, aren't these all charitable donations?
At Magda's Tax Prep, every person
I'd rather
counts.
not have to file for an extension.
She needs new auditors to maximize returns on her family time.
On itemized deductions. Hey, can someone help with these 1099s?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is PK Subban. You are listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
3-3 our score, 13:49 to play here in the third, and the NHL and American Legacy present a mobile museum that celebrates Black achievement in hockey. The museum showcases today's stars while also looking back at the pioneers and trailblazers who helped shape NHL history. The Devils are proud to host the tour here in Newark on Championship Plaza on Saturday, March 12th. That is today, or tomorrow. Excuse me, this weekend. Like, what day is it? Noon to 7. Prior to the Devils and Anaheim Ducks game that evening. Admission is free for fans of all ages. I can't keep track of my days. I've been going from one hockey game to the next hockey game, and yeah, that's this Saturday. Go check it out.
Yeah, so what you're saying basically is that your schedule indicates that life is good.
It is good. Oh, shot comes in, blocked. I didn't see if Dawes had gotten a piece of that one, but he got some help from his defenseman. Oh, big stop there, and we get ourselves a penalty coming up.
Go back to that ALN, American Legacy Network Black Hockey Museum. The Metropolitan Riveters that play just next door at Barnabas showcased their Black Rosie jersey, and that is prominently featured now on the mobile museum. And I got to work with American Legacy Network while I was in Beijing, China, covering my very first Olympics.
That is amazing, Erica. You are a trailblazer, too.
Well, thank you.
And, yeah, the Riveters Black Rosie jersey, actually on the Avalanche social media, they posted a picture of, I think, one of their players wearing that jersey.
I think the Avs are low-key trying to recruit Madison Packer. And who can blame you? Not only did we get a Dougie Hamilton OT winner, but just next door, we got a Madison Packer OT winner.
Yeah, that was just the other night. Sunday night was a good night for both of New Jersey's teams. 3-3 our score, 12:36 to play. Avs had the puck in the offensive zone. A penalty that was called against Siegenthaler came at the 6:57 mark, a tripping call. Colorado tonight 2 for 3 on the power play, 3 shots. So the Devils need to shut down this Avs power play unit. Avs will cycle it back to the blue line. Makar, he's on a 13-game point streak as of tonight. Rantanen sent it down low. Oh, looking for the shot. Big stop there for Dawes. He puts his glove down on top of it. Some pushing and shoving. Extracurriculars a little after the whistle.
Oh, baby, are we going to get spicy? It's a 3-3 game in the third. Both teams want to get this W.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for the Avs, they're just trying to stay at the top of the NHL standings. They're a little bit above my home team, Minnesota Wild. I almost said the Whitecaps.
Yeah, well, that's also your home team.
That too. And for the Wild fans that I know, they're cheering for the Devils tonight. Not just because I'm on the call. Shot comes in. Oh, big pad save made there by Dawes. That one's going to go right through the crease. And here come the Devils. Oh, the Devils try to clear that one out. Rolled onto the stick of Makar. Back inside the O-zone for the Avs. And that one's misplayed there by Colorado. And chasing it down is Yegor Sharangovich. Nice pressure there by Sharangovich on this penalty kill. 26 seconds left on the extra attacker here for Colorado. Up the ice, racing with the puck. McKinnon into the corner, back to the top of the slot. Into the right or left-hand circle. Shot comes in. Ricocheted off of goaltender Dawes. Devon Taves with that blast. Another little flip there at the blue line. Now Avs drive that one. And the penalty time is over for Siegenthaler.
Like that kill.
Here comes Hughes with a shot, just blasted wide of the far post.
I think he might have caught a little bit of it, Kelly. Looked like he was going for that top corner.
And the Devils were able to stop that transition there at the blue line. Very important as the Avs came right back the other way.
They're stopping transition. You saw that Yegor Sarangovic winning those puck battles, getting to the puck first, things we talked about in the second period.
Back behind the net, Ty Smith breaks up that play. Jack Hughes now with the puck. He'll send it ahead, finds his line mate Bratt. Over to Hughes, back inside the left circle. Hughes turns and fires that one right wide. That was intercepted. Back onto the stick of Bratt. In on the right wing side, Bratt skates to the corner looking for Boquist out in front, and that one just went right through the crease. Boquist again with the puck. Drops it off for Tatar. Now onto the stick of Johnson, and it's held onto there by the goaltender. 3-3 our score, 9:41 to play here in the third. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Your goals matter, and with the financial strength of Prudential behind you, real possibility is in front of you. That's a rock-solid foundation every fan can get behind. Join the millions of people who rely on Prudential. Learn more about how we can help you reach your investing and planning goals. Visit Prudential.com. Plan, invest, insure, retire. Prudential is a proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Investment products not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, may lose value.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
For anyone who lives for hockey, there's nothing like seeing your favorite team tap in the winning goal. This season, Investors Bank is offering New Jersey Devils fans the chance to tap into something else you'll love, the official Devils checking account. Get a Devils branded debit card you can add to your mobile wallet, free ID theft and cell phone protection, plus you can earn up to $250. To open an account today, go to investorsbank.com/Devils. Investors Bank, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils, member FDIC.
This is Ryan Graves. You're listening to RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Welcome back to Devils Hockey here on the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network. Kelly Schultz along with Erica Ayala. 9:41 left here in the third period. 3-3 our score. I was talking about shots on net before. The Devils outshot the Avs in that first period 14-8. Then 18-8 in that second period. And so far here we've got 6 shots on net for the Devils and 5 shots on net. So much closer third period here for the Avs. They're almost equaling the shots on net. Still a 38-21 shots on net for New Jersey. Back up the ice. Here comes Tatar. He'll drop past that one for Zaka. That one almost landed right back onto the stick of Tatar, and he wasn't able to hang on. Landeskog carries the puck out to center. They'll send it ahead for Jack Johnson. Down low, it's intercepted there by New Jersey. Onto the stick of Siegenthaler. He gets bumped, and Zaka will come up with it. Up the ice.
Ooh.
Sharangovich. Nice
little
moves.
move.
We're both saying that at the blue line.
Got moves for days.
Got round his man. Nice one-timer opportunity there, but it's fanned on by Hughes. Mercer trying to set him up right in the middle of the slot. That one not on target. 8:33 left here. We might get our wish, Erica, as I was hoping for some overtime. I'm not ready to hand the booth back to Matt and Chico, are you?
I don't think so.
We just got the look from Matt Lachlan, the play-by-play voice here for the New Jersey Devils. Thank you, Matt, for letting us take over your booth tonight.
Been amazing. All the hospitality, just top-notch.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Like I said, I'm going to become a closet New Jersey Devils fan.
I don't know if it's closet if you keep saying it on
I
the
know,
radio,
but
Kelly.
my friends back home are going to give me grief when I get back. They're going to be like, you're adding red to your... Ooh. Opportunity there for the Avs, but a great poke check away by Dawes. Dawes again comes up with the puck, and he will hang on for the save.
As you see, the crowd was in the middle of one of their arena karaoke moments. I know that from coming to Devils games, but they had to put it on pause because it looked like we were getting action in front of the net.
Well, and I was right in the middle of the story, too, and had to, hold back.
Hey, wait a minute.
Time out.
For those listening at home, I believe the band is Lit, right?
Yeah.
That's where we were at with arena karaoke.
I love it.
Take on Me happened earlier.
Oh, I love
earlier
that
in the game.
song. Yes.
Always a good time. I'm usually
Always.
over when I'm watching games. I guess around section 3, hanging out with actually some Riveters fans.
I love that. I love how the two teams are kind of like a brother and sisterhood here. Obviously sharing the rink. And we got a penalty coming up against the Avs. Delayed penalty. Dawes came off into the bench, still controlled there by the Devils. They're going to try to take advantage of a little extra time here. Tatar will skate back into his own end, being chased down now by Rantanen. Nice pass through traffic onto the stick of Tatar. And we get a whistle as the Avs touch up the puck, and a power play coming up here for New Jersey. And we already know they have scored a power play goal. A tripping call. And it'll be number 96, Mikko Rantanen, headed to the penalty box for the Avalanche. Well, this is a great opportunity for New Jersey to get that first lead of the night here, because the Avs penalty kill has not been good, and
we knew that coming into this game. Looking at the numbers now, you know I'm an eye test person, Kelly, but I've had to incorporate. I guess it's technically still an eye test when you look at the stats, and the stats were telling us that Colorado, if you can get them on the kill, that's an opportunity for their opponent.
Severson found Hughes over on the right-hand side. Puck's going to sail back over to the left. Bratt with it, back to the blue line. Quick pass, tape to tape there by Severson. Severson to Bratt. Inside the left circle, Bratt skates away from one of his defenders there. Bratt. Oh, nice pass. Hughes, a shot, a goal! Nice job there at the back door by Nate Bastian. Wow, that was spicy.
Spicy! Nate Bastian! What did we talk about? Not one time, not 2 times, but thrice. The Devils find a way to find the puck in front of the net, and they put it away for the lead. You called it, Kelly.
TKO. You sounded like you should be calling the boxing matches there, Erica. That was a great call.
Well, when we spoke with Catherine, I told you, you said that we're going to have fun, we're going to have energy, and we got to keep our promise, Kelly.
You know what? I don't know if they're going to want us to leave. I think we're their good luck charm.
You got the red, I've got the black. We're representing New Jersey tonight.
I actually had to go out and buy some red clothes. I don't own many.
Well, wear it for every other New Jersey Devils game for the rest of the season, Kelly.
Absolutely,
That's
I will.
mandatory, required.
4-3 our score, 6:45 to play. A power play goal, the second of the night for for New Jersey. The Devils with their first lead of the night and try it again. That one over on the far side, Johnson with it. Well, he's sent out to neutral ice there by the Avs. PK Subban sends it ahead. Onto the stick of Boquist. Over to the right-hand side. That one's intercepted. And you can see the Devils, they're taking that momentum from that last goal and carrying it through this third period. 6 minutes left. These final 6 minutes are going to be crucial for the Devils to contain the transition game first and foremost. And they've been able to do that here throughout this, at least the second and third periods.
Now remember, this Colorado team played the Islanders as they make their East Coast trip, and it got wild and crazy. They had a lead. They were able to put up shots and get a lead against the Islanders. But had the Islanders had a little more time, they might have gotten that win at home. But now the Devils do the work to get the lead and now they have the Colorado Avalanche on the ropes.
4-3 our score, 5:42 to play here in the third. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Jimmy Veazey. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
4-3 our score here. The Devils with their first lead of the night, courtesy of that power play goal by Bastian, his 10th of the season. Hughes with his 26th assist. He's now on a 12-game home point streak. And then Bratt with the extra assist, 35 here. So, again, a 4-3 score, 5:42 left here in the third period. It has been a fun night of hockey.
It really has. What a treat. Not only do we get to see this amazing game, but we get to call this game, Kelly.
I know. First time for both of us to be in an NHL setting. I've honestly have dreamed about this since I was a little girl. And here we are, making history tonight for the New Jersey Devils. Let's see if the Devils can make some history as well with a win here tonight. Well, I know one player that is not liking playing against the Devils, and that is Darcy Kemper. He's 0-4-2 in his career against New Jersey. Wonder if the Devils looked at that stat before tonight's game.
Been a while since these two teams hit the ice, since 2020, January.
Long time coming. And this is actually the final of all the teams that the Devils haven't played this season. So, if that made any sense. So, they've played everybody but the Avs.
What you're saying is they've gotten all 31 flavors?
Yes, as of tonight. Nice quick glove save there by Dawes as that puck came off of the stick of Andre Burakovsky. Again, it is gender equality night, here tonight in New Jersey. Kelly Schultz alongside Erica Ayala. And not only are we the first two female broadcasters on the digital broadcast, but Erica, also making history of your own. First black woman.
Hey,
on
let's
the call.
go.
Hey.
Hashtag Black Rosie. You know, that's my jam.
Well, the Riveters fans love you, obviously. So
yes, indeed.
Now the Devils fans will too.
Oh, well, it's all love in the hockey community, as you know, Kelly, and we mentioned it before, though. Sherry Ross, an integral part of this organization and our careers.
Absolutely. Pioneer in her own way. And nice pass. Here comes a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Devils. Tatar, he gets knocked off of the puck. Could not get that pass off. Could not get the shot off. I think he waited a little too long on that one.
Maybe one too many, Deeks. It was a great hesitation. Great entry, though, for the Devils, who have not taken their foot off the gas.
4-3 our score. 4:09 to play. Avs with the puck inside the offensive zone. McCarr. Right side of the point, sends it down low to McKinnon. Those two are dangerous. As we know, McKinnon with 3 points here tonight, goal and 2 assists. And McCarr with 2 points as well. The Devils have to keep the puck off of those two players' stick here in these final 3.5 minutes.
Yep, as you mentioned, we're under 4 minutes, and now's the time to get back to the basics that you drew up before the game. New Jersey has done so well to get the lead, and you want to be able to maintain it the rest of the way.
3:28 to play, 4-3. The Devils with the lead. And we were talking about all those players with all those points for the Avalanche. How about the spread out points for this New Jersey team tonight?
And that's exactly how you have to do it. You've got top team in the league coming in. You know, this is a New Jersey team that's coming off of a win.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it the whole game, Kelly. Team play. Mostly talking about defense, but I think it has been a pretty good complete team game.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one. A little tripping in the corner and headed to the penalty box will be the Devils. PK Subban, I believe, is headed there right now for a tripping call with 3:14 left to play. This is a tough break for the Devils, but their penalty kill has looked pretty good.
It has. PK giving all the indications of a guilty party there. Kind of the what?
Yep,
the slow skate over to the penalty box. But
well, I was talking about
it's not going to change the call.
This team has had balanced scoring tonight. Brad is the only player with more than 1 point. Goal from Smith, goal from Severson, Bastian, and Tatar. Hughes, Hughes has 2 assists tonight. I'll take that back. So only 2 players on this New Jersey's 4 goals with multiple points.
Well, let's see what they can do here on the kill.
Colorado 2 for 3 on the power play, 5 shots. Tripping the call, nice play there by Siegenthaler. The Prudential play of the game will be on, sorry, Erica. 2:54 to play here in the third, 1:38 left in the penalty time. And now here comes an odd man rush, shorthanded chance. Oh, looking for the tapper over on that far side was Michael McLeod.
Good look there, shorthanded for the Devils.
4-3 our score, final 2.5 to play. Power play time, 1:19. And headed to the bench for the extra skater. Now out comes Comfort. And Kemper off. Great big stop there for Dawes. Puck is stopped at the blue line, kept in by McKinnon. Now back the other way. That puck will just miss wide of an empty net. 2:03.
A save by Dawes.
He came up huge. 44 seconds left on this power play for the Avalanche. Played back to the near point, McCarr. Top of the left circle, McKinnon. They switch spots. That puck gets to one of the New Jersey Devils. Looking for the empty net. Shot to goal! Empty net goal. 5-3 Devils. That was some great effort there on that penalty kill by Yegor Sharangovich.
I have been very impressed by what Yegor has been able to do. We talked about it last period, Kelly. Winning those battles. That's what it comes down to. If you want to beat the best, you got to be the best on the ice. And the Devils picked it up in that second period and have continued the momentum in the third.
Wow, that save by Dawes that started that on the other end, though. That was huge.
Huge. I saw a graphic on NJ Devils social replacing Dawes with Jaws, and he chopped down on that puck for that save. My goodness.
5-3 Devils lead. 1:38 left here in our hockey game. 21 seconds still left on the power play, though, for the Avs. A shorthanded empty net goal. Sharon Govich, his 14th of the season, came at 18-19. Mercer with his 20th assist on that play. Another shot comes in. Big save there for Dawes. Or Jaws. You pick what you want to call him. Oh, another shot there taken. And the penalty time is over. 1 minute left here in our hockey game. 5-3. New Jersey looking for a win over the top team in the league. Another empty net. This one just missing wide was Michael McLeod. He sent that one all the way up the ice. And we've got 47.3 seconds left here in the third. This has been a fun one for Devils fans here so far. We get a face-off just to the right of Dawes. Right circle, McLeod. Shot comes in high off of the stick of Rantanen. Still an empty net. Darcy Kemper on the bench for the Avs as they try to get that fourth goal. Devils up 4 or 5-3, 27.3 seconds left. Into the far corner. Now back behind the net. Picked up there. Out in front. Oh, look at PK Subban. He's going to send that one up the ice. Oh, just misses wide. And we get another icing call here with 12.6 seconds left.
Yeah, Subban lifted that, gave it a little bit of elevation there, some air time, which of course takes more seconds off the clock. But when it bounced around and went wide, that again brings a face-off into the Avs offensive zone.
10 seconds left here. 5-3 our score. Devils fans are going to be happy. Oh, that one just missing that empty net there. 3.6 seconds. We'll get another offensive faceoff for the Avs. And it looks like your New Jersey Devils are going to come away with a big win here tonight against one of the league's best. 5-3. Let's see what happens off this faceoff. I've seen crazier things happen, but they can't score 2 off of this.
Listen, if that happens, I don't even know what.
And that is going to do it. Dawes coming up with a big win here tonight for the New Jersey Devils between the pipes. The Devils' resiliency coming back out of a 3-0 deficit to win this one 5-3. What a fantastic game it has been. You get goals from Smith, Bastian, Tatar, Severson, and Sharangovich. And wow, a team effort again by this New Jersey Devils.
That's exactly what we knew needed to happen tonight, and that's exactly what did happen, Kelly. Severson, we spoke to him in the second intermission. I thought he was a little bit tough on himself in particular, but really talk about leadership. Looking in the mirror, saying, I know I can be better, I can make better choices, and that's what we're going to do coming out in the third. And he also talked about resiliency. This was such a resilient win for this young New Jersey Devils team. They knew that coming in, it was going to be maybe even what we called a little bit of a David and Goliath. Well, we know how that story ended, Kelly.
Yeah, we certainly do. And Devils fans, have some faith in your team, because as young as they are, I give them a couple years. They're going to be contenders, maybe even next year. If they can continue to play like this against these kind of opponents, I think that the Devils have a great, solid future ahead of them.
And you might want to bookmark that, folks, because Kelly Schultz has been amazing with calling it as she sees it for the game. You wanted 3 goals, we got 3 goals.
I got 5 goals.
I was going to say, well, first you got the 3. You wanted the go-ahead, you got not 1, but to your point, you got 2, Kelly. So the next up is by next season, this Devils team is going to be a contender. Let's go.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. What a fun experience. But we're not done tonight, Erica. We got a ways to go. We still have a post-game show to do here. We'll get in touch with one of our players, I believe. So that'll be fun. And what an incredible evening. Not just for the New Jersey Devils, but for yourself and myself here tonight, making history, being the first 2 women broadcasters in the digital broadcast tonight. Erica, this has been incredible. It's been so much fun.
To everyone in the Devils organization throughout our careers and in our lives that has made this possible, we say gracias, we say thank you, we appreciate you. What a night.
Well, don't forget to stay tuned for our New Jersey's Devils postgame show immediately following this matchup here tonight. We'll visit with our player interview as well and talk about all the fun goals and highlights and goalie saves and
all of the things, Kelly. Thank you again for everyone listening in.
Our final score, 5-3 here. The New Jersey Devils defeat the Colorado Avalanche at home. It's a long homestand for this Devils team as well, and it'll be fun to see what they bring to the next game. Our final again, 5-3 New Jersey over the Avs here tonight. You're listening to the RWJ Barabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
This is Dawson Mercer. You're listening to the RWJ Barnabas Health Devils Hockey Network.
Answered goals lead the home team to a 5-3 victory over the top team in the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche. Welcome into your post-game live show presented by Genucel. I'm Catherine Bogart. An exciting night for a team that started a 4-game homestand with a victory against one of the best in the West and continues it with another victory over the best in the league. Let's jump into the highlights because things weren't going the Devils' way at the start. It started off with a 3-0 deficit. However, the Devils were the ones controlling the shots on goal in the first bit of the first period. A chance here by Jesper Boquist was stopped by Colorado's Darcy Kuemper. And then Michael McLeod in the slot was stopped and unable to score in the opening 4 minutes of the period. Colorado's power play would open the scoring with just under 10 minutes left in the first period. It was Nathan MacKinnon's first goal and first point of the night. Colorado up 1-0. Then, with just over 5 minutes left in the first period, Antti Rantanen gets a power play goal to make it 2-0 for the Avs. The Devils would then give up a third straight goal to Cale Makar in the opening 5 minutes of the second period. Makar extends his point streak to 13 straight games despite being a defenseman. Tides turned for the Devils halfway through the second period when Jonas Siegenthaler's shot that rung off the right post was then capitalized by Tomas Tatar to get a goal, make it 3-1. Tatar's 400th point becomes a critical goal for this Devils comeback, and it is his first goal since February 8th. The second Devils goal of the second period comes from defenseman Ty Smith, who walks it in and bounces it off of Darcy Kuemper to get it to be 3-2 Avalanche lead, cutting the lead down to 1 goal. Smith was benched for 3 straight games, however, has scored in his 2 games returning to the lineup. An excited defenseman there. The final goal of the second period came from defenseman Damon Severson on the power play, just under 3 minutes left to play in that middle frame. Severson has scored 8 times this season, and 4 of them have been on the power play as the defenseman took the shot from up top with Nathan Bastian screening in front of the goal. In the third period, the Devils and the Avalanche both looking for goals, and here is the save of the game by Nico Dawes on Nathan MacKinnon, one of the top goal scorers for this Avalanche team. Nate Bastian's power play goal here, just under 7 minutes left in the final frame, would get the Devils their first lead of the night, 4-3. Bastian is camping out in front of the net, one of his spots on the power play, and is able to deflect in Hughes' initial shot after almost hitting it off the rebound at first. The Devils then make it 5-3, the final score, when Yegor Sharangovich is able to send it all the way from the opposing blue line to score on the empty net. The Devils will win 5-3 to take down the top team in the West and in the NHL. Coming into this game, the Colorado Avalanche were 23-0-0 when leading after the first period. The Devils hand them their first loss despite them having a 2-goal first period lead. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll run through the highlights again as we wait to hear from Devils players and coaches about tonight's victory. For Tomas Tatar, who was the opening goal scorer for the Devils and picks up his 400th NHL point tonight. He was scoring his first goal since the beginning of February against his former team, the Montreal Canadiens. Welcome back into your post-game live show presented by Genucel. I'm Catherine Bogart, and we made history tonight with a Devils digital broadcast as we had our first all-women's team, and they are joining me here in the studio now. We had Kelly Schultz on play-by-play and Erica Ayala on color commentary. Ladies, what an exciting game. The Devils go from being down 3 goals to picking things up halfway through the second period and not stopping their 5 unanswered goals by the home team. What were your initial thoughts about Colorado's initial start of a run and the Devils able to stick with it and bounce back for a win?
Well, thanks, Catherine. It was such a great game. It was fun to see the resiliency of this New Jersey Devils team, but man, that first couple of goals, I thought, oh no, here we go. I mean, everybody kind of predicted it. Colorado is such a tough team. They've got such a great offense. They're top in the league in a lot of categories. And that second period, really, I thought the Devils came alive. You know, you saw them score finally their first goal, and once that happened, that momentum just carried in through that third period as well. It was so much fun.
Absolutely. I think what we saw from the Devils, as you mentioned, Kelly, in that second period was that they were able to minimize the transition game of Colorado while also picking up their own transition game.
It was fun to see them, how they were able to stop Colorado from getting past their own blue line. And just the flow of the game seemed a lot more in New Jersey's favor. Colorado, I think, was surprised by how the Devils came to play in that second period.
And then I think also, Kelly, we saw that the Devils were able to do something that we knew was going to be important and was start to get Colorado in the penalty box, start getting their own opportunities on the power play.
Well, we knew coming in, the penalty kill for the Avs has not been great, actually subpar if you're the Avalanche. And the New Jersey Devils took advantage of that. And we saw those power play goals and the penalty kills by the New Jersey Devils was stellar, except they gave up those 2. But they were able to bounce back and tack on some goals. So Catherine, it was a fun game for both Erica and I, and to be able to be part of history tonight was awesome.
You both had an amazing call, filled with a lot of passion and a lot of excitement. Right now, we have one of the goal scorers, the game-winning goal. In fact, Nathan Bastian is at the podium discussing his 10th goal this season. For Nathan Bastian, who had the game-winning goal tonight, his first this season, was at the podium discussing the Devils' huge 5-3 win over the Colorado Avalanche. Before we break down more of this game, the second goal scorer for the Devils on the power play, Damon Severson, is at the podium. Defenseman Damon Severson, who scored his 8th goal this season and 4th power play goal, helped the Devils win 5-3 over the top-ranked Colorado Avalanche at Prudential Center tonight. Welcome back to your pregame live show presented by Genucel, and those listening on the Devils Hockey Network presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. We had so many exciting plays in this game as the Devils responded with 5 unanswered goals, but one stood out in particular. Nathan Bastian's game-winning goal on the power play in the third period. It was Prudential's play of the game. Kelly, why don't you break down this goal from the young forward tonight?
Well, it was an incredible power play goal, first and foremost, and of course put the Devils up ahead for their first lead, like you said. Their power play looks so good here. You watch it play out back to the point, and then he just sends it over into Hughes. Hughes puts that one on target, but what an effort there. Back behind the goaltender of Kemper, and look at this, staying away from getting caught with goalie interference. That, to me, that takes a lot of effort to stay away from that goalie and get that puck in on that rebound.
And what I like, Kelly, is that we had been talking about the Devils getting second chances, third chance opportunities in front of net. We see that Bastian actually gets bonked right there by the puck, finds it, gets it across the line.
Oh, it was an incredible play. And, you know, with Kemper moving that far out, you have to take advantage of those kind of opportunities, and the Devils, Nate Bastian obviously did. I was so impressed with that line tonight too. They played so well together, and he was due for a goal.
Ever since Bastian did join that top power play unit, he has been the net front presence guy who really not only screens, but is able to deflect goals in. We now have head coach Lindy Ruff at the podium talking about his team's 5-3 win over the Colorado Avalanche. Head coach Lindy Ruff following his team's 5-3 victory over the Colorado Avalanche as the Devils have a 2-game win streak after dropping a rivalry game against the New York Rangers. Welcome back to your post-game live show presented by Jen Ucell and on the Devils Hockey Network presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. PSENG's save of the game came in the third period when Nico Dawes was able to stop Nathan MacKinnon from scoring his second of the night and getting his 4th point of the night. This massive save kept the game tied at 3-3 before Nathan Bastian was able to get the Devils their first lead of the night 4-3 later this period. A closer look at this huge save by Nico Dawes. Dawes is a rookie in his first NHL season, his second professional hockey season, and in his past 5 games, he's done incredibly well, stealing saves for this team and keeping the team in it against some of the best opponents in the NHL. Tonight, Dawes had 23 saves on 26 shots, and some of those were key to allow the Devils to stay in it. What did you both see out of Dawes and the young goaltender working so well?
Well, I think Dawes, the last couple of games, Catherine, he has played so solid between the pipes. Despite giving up those 3 goals in the first, he shook it off, he didn't let it get in his head, and he just kept going. You know, the resiliency, we talked about it earlier.
Exactly. The resiliency of this team has been amazing. I think Dawes was able to come up with that big save as we just saw. We talked a lot on the radio broadcast about momentum, and a big save, a timely save is exactly what you want from a netminder, no matter how much time they have in the league.
Well, I think, too, it helped that he had a full team effort out in front of him as well. You know, when you get down 3-0, it's hard to come back from things like that. It gets in your head, and as a goaltender, you're just like, well, are they going to pull me? No, they kept him in. His team believed in him, and they scored 3 goals there and tied things up. And, of course, that was just probably the best motivation for him and a great confidence booster for your goaltender when you can score 5 unanswered against a team like the Avalanche.
Dawes picks up his 5th win in his 10th appearance this season for the Devils. The rookie really was not expected to be up with this Devils team quite yet. However, the franchise has gone through 6 goaltenders this year. As of late, New Jersey has turned to Dawes to keep things steady back in net, and he's been very calm, according to Devils head coach Lindy Ruff. He did have the PSENG save of the game. However, Dawes' big save late in the third period wasn't the only key to this Devils win. Erica, we'll start with you. What did you really like about the Devils' performance tonight?
I have to start with defense. I have to start with hustle plays, winning puck battles, and that, for me, goes to Yegor Sharangovich. We talked about it on the radio broadcast. There were times where early in the game, the Devils were not winning those puck battles. They were making little mistakes that were feeding the transition game of the Colorado Avalanche exactly what we knew they didn't want to do. But it was Sharangovich coming up big for the Devils time after time, and it also paid off because he got on the board, gets the Devils an empty net goal to seal the deal.
That was a great effort by Sharangova, and of course he was also part of one of my favorite plays of the night that I think really was a turning point of the momentum for this New Jersey Devil team. You know, you saw the goal by Tatar that got things rolling, that first goal, but really Ty Smith, after sitting out for a couple of games, he scored now twice in the last 2 games. You watch this play. Sharangova set this one up, and Hughes also on an assist. But what a great effort there out in front. Big play for Ty Smith, and it's good to see him back. He's doing everything right, not only on offense, not only did he score 2 goals the last 2 games, but I think Coach Lindy Ruff would be impressed by some of his defensive work here tonight as well. So
Ty Smith has definitely picked up his defensive game, which was a huge reason why the Devils sat him for 3 contests. And when they did give him his chance, he showed up big against the St. Louis Blues in a win against one of the best in the West on Sunday, and now a win against the best team in the NHL. Another key to this game was the Devils not giving up after a poor 30 minutes where they gave up 3 goals against, including 2 on the power play. This young Devils team needs to learn how to be more consistent night in and night out. However, they do find themselves matching the high intensity and play of those top opponents that they've faced. With 2 of the best in the West falling to the Devils over the past 4 days, this shows that New Jersey is really learning how to play with these big dogs. However, they will still need to improve their play when they're playing teams lower in the standings. It's easy and very common for a young team to match the level of intensity and play of their opponents. However, there's been enough time for this Devils team to learn how to battle that, and they now need to continue to play at this high level as they start their homestand with 2 straight wins. Kelly and Erica, it was a momentous night for you both, able to call this exciting Devils win. What were some of the highlights for you?
Well, for me, one of the highlights was that second period. Not only did the New Jersey Devils kind of have a rough first period, it's a different pace of game. I'll be honest. I'm going to be completely blatantly honest. It was such a fast-paced game, but by the second period, not only did I get into a rhythm, but the Devils did too. So it was fun to kind of play along with them.
I couldn't agree with you more, Kelly. I always love working next to Kelly Schultz. It was amazing to see her play out a lifelong dream, as she's mentioned a few times. But for me, the energy. I'm an energy person, folks. The energy here at The Rock. Oh, my goodness. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I felt like it fed what we were doing, Kelly.
One of my favorite lines came from you tonight. Was it Tardy to the party? He wasn't Tardy to the party that time.
Oh, so not at all. Getting that goal.
We love your spice, and I love having your energy alongside me.
Thank you, Kelly.
It was a blast. And, of course, it was fun being part of this all-female broadcast. And, Catherine, thank you so much for the hospitality. This Devils organization has been amazing. Bravo. Welcoming us with open arms. Matt Lachlan taking good care to take us under his wings, and all of the folks behind the scenes as well. This has been an amazing experience. I will never forget, and hopefully it's not my last.
That part.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. I echo what Kelly said. Thank you to everyone that made this possible, including Catherine. We get to share this studio space with you now. It was such a great moment, and we hope that it sparks just excitement for the game, not just for girls and women on International Women's Day, but for everyone, Devils fans and all fans alike, because we know that hockey is such a beautiful sport, Kelly, and we want as many people involved as possible.
Kelly and Erica, we thank you for your great work tonight and for bringing so much fun and energy to this exciting game against the Colorado Avalanche. We will have some of their best calls from tonight on NewJerseyDevils.com coming up over the next day. So make sure you go back and listen to some of the best, including Tatar, Tardy to the party, because how could you not love a call like that? The Devils go halfway through their homestand with 2 wins against 2 of the best in the West, and even hand Colorado their first loss after leading after 1 period. The Devils next face the Winnipeg Jets at home on Thursday. Tickets are still available, and for more information, go to NewJerseyDevils.com. Thank you for joining us for this post-game live show presented by Genucel and on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. Have a great night.